Good evening and welcome into Boulder, Colorado for tonight's WCHL conference matchup. It's rivalry night in Boulder. Colorado State coming to take on your University of Colorado Buffaloes live from the CSU Rec Center in Boulder. Joe Paris and Derek Michelson here with you on livestream.com. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Radio 1190 KVCU Boulder. Find them online at radio1190.org or on AM 1190 when you're in Boulder and Denver. Oh, man, it's rivalry night, Derek. I couldn't be more excited for this. And, well, for rivalry night, we'd love to hear from you guys at home. If you're at home, you want to interact with us during the broadcast, go to Twitter. You can find me at Joe Parrish. You can find him at Derek Michelson. We'll read your questions, comments, thoughts, shout-outs, anything in between. I know we've got a lot of viewers from not only around the country, but around the world. I know we have some Canadian watchers here tonight. So north of the border. Hope you're enjoying the Toronto Blue Jays games. I'm sitting here in Boulder wearing my Jays jersey and hat, watching the game, and they're trailing 2-1. So I guess we'll have to watch the hockey game to make do.
Yep. Already getting a shout out there from on the live stream portal from the commissioner. So I wanted to say a special hello and thank you for tuning in to him. But yeah, Joe, it couldn't be a better night, and we're already. Players haven't even taken to the ice yet, and we're already almost close to a packed house, which is great to see. You know, this game last year, same thing. I think last year the fire marshal told us we could have 650 people here, and we managed to fit 700 in this area somehow. So we, it's one of those things where CSU doesn't matter if it's varsity or club sports playing, it brings a crowd, and hopefully it should be a good atmosphere, a fun night, and I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm ready to start seeing some hockey out here.
Oh, man, we had a very exciting women's game right before this, Colorado versus Colorado State. CSU came away with a 1-0 victory over the Buffs, so we'll see how part two goes to see if Colorado can make it 1-1 on the evening. We've got a jam-packed rec center. We always call it the biggest party in college hockey. Well, tonight, it's going to be the biggest party maybe in town here tonight. This is the number one event, the marquee event. I actually heard people talking about it all day on campus, which is great because you know what? Hockey is back to Boulder. Colorado tonight will be sporting their brand new third jerseys. They came in and were set up here today. And you might be able to see as Colorado's about to get onto the ice, Colin Champagne will lead the Buffs onto the ice. You're looking live at the University of Colorado Rec Center as the Buffs take the ice. Thank you for joining us. It's rivalry night in Boulder. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. This is going to be a fun one. Exactly a year ago, October 24th, 2014, these two teams took place in one of the most memorable games of all time. The game ended with a bench-clearing brawl after Colorado came away with a victory, and that is still fresh in many people's minds.
Yeah, and it was the first victory of many last year for the Buffs. It looked like the series over the year was going to be a little more evenly matched as it went along for the first two games. I know, like you just said, on the 24th here, the Buffaloes were able to come away with a victory, but then a couple days later went up to the Budweiser Event Center, which they'll do again this year, and Colorado got pretty beat up in that game. And then it just kind of, from that point on, Colorado just switched it into another gear and really took it to the Rams the rest of that year. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out again this year. Again, it's 365 days later. It was October 24th, like you mentioned last year. So it should be an exciting night. And a lot of these Buffalo players are the same guys, so it'll be interesting to see what they remember and how much passion they bring to this game off the bat.
Our camera operator, Ansley Guthrie, is going to get a close-up of those brand-new University of Colorado jerseys. The gray, gold, and black combination. Boy, I love it. Let's get some starting lineups. First for the visiting Colorado State Rams. In net tonight, number 31, Michael Porter. Starting at right wing, number 21, Justin Schnabberger. Starting at left wing, number 25, Danny Mastrosik. At center, number 12, Chandler Yoder. Back on defense, number 8, Dylan Hassel. And on defense, number 23, Luke Fiegel. Starting tonight for your Colorado Buffaloes, in net, number 31, Colin Champagne. Piner will be sporting his brand new mask tonight. I'm not sure how good of an angle we'll get on the telecast, but I'll tell you, he's got a sick lid. Starting at forward, at left wing, number 10, Chris Burkemper. The centerman will be number 68, Matt Anders. And the starting right wing will be number 15, Jake Bauer. Starting defensive pair, number 24, the junior, Alex Temby. And the sophomore, number 16, Matt Hefter. We're going to please rise now, and we don't have to rise at home, but the rec center is going to rise, and we're going to have the singing of the national anthem. We'll be back for Puck Drop right after this. A thunderous applaud for the beautiful rendition of America's national anthem. Thank you for joining us live from the CU Boulder Rec Center. It's Friday Night Rivalry. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. The biggest party in college hockey is about to get underway. University of Colorado taking on their cross-state rivals, the CSU Rams. These two teams don't like each other, not even remotely. All these guys grew up playing together, a lot of them did. But that is put aside here tonight when the green and white will take on tonight the gray and gold. Again, these jerseys you see Colorado wearing, they were ready as of this afternoon. They weren't sure if they'd be ready for the home opener, but, well, they are. And the chant in the rec center is already loud. Matt Anders and Chandler Yoder will take the face-off. These two guys used to play together down the street with the Boulder Bison. And we are underway. Rams will win the draw back. Jake Bauer will bring it over the line. Bauer will drop it. It'll be picked off, and we are ready to go. Luke Fiegel will set it off the glass, and it'll come around the boards. Hefter will chase after it alongside Alex Temby as the Rams have iced the puck. This is going to be a fun one. Colorado versus Colorado State always promises to be a physical, high-flying matchup. I'm sure all of you remember a year ago the bench-clearing brawl that ignited this Colorado Buffalo team to make a run all the way to the national tournament. Temby will send a shot from the outside, and it'll be gloved by the goaltender and held onto by Michael Porter. We didn't catch the rankings this week. Colorado came in at number 9 in the country, the first time they cracked the top 10 in club history. An accomplishment that Coach Eric Ballard said he was very proud of. But he also says that he hopes to move up even more in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. The Buffaloes they can't be satisfied with just cracking the top 10, Joe. If they want to make a push, I mean, they have the talent. If they want to make that deep push in the playoffs, they have to keep playing hard and aggressive. Doesn't matter if you're ranked 1st or 10th. It doesn't really matter. You just got to keep playing.
Burkemper will play it to the right side. Alex Temby will send one on net. It'll be deflected in front. It'll come in behind. Jake Bauer will meet up alongside Jordan Pascal. Down there also is the captain, Luke Fiegel. Pushed in front and to the corner it goes. Chris Burkemper, wearing number 10 here tonight. Plays it out to Matt Hefter. Hefter will handle around a defender, leave it for Burkemper. It'll be held up at the blue line, and Hefter will scamp out to the neutral zone and play it across to Temby, just underway from Boulder. 18:55 remaining in our first period. Thank you for joining us. The Buffs will escape out. Jake Bauer will carry it through the neutral zone. He'll try to eye Thomas Jarman. Poked away by Pascal. Pascal to the corner. Bauer will try to leave it in the slot. Shot on net from John Nitchin. And Porter will hang on for this face-off.
It looks like the referees remember last year, Joe. That was a very fast whistle. I don't think possession was ever held by the goalie over there for CSU. So, I mean, it looks like they're going to call this game tight at the start, and then they might loosen up a little later on. But they want to make sure that both the Buffs and the Rams know that there's not going to be any roughhousing or funny business tonight.
Believe it or not, last year the first game between these two actually started out pretty tame. And I was actually questioning during the first intermission a year ago why it wasn't physical. Well, tonight, that's not the factor. This game was physical as soon as the puck was dropped, and it's going to be 60 minutes of hard-hitting old-school hockey. Sent down the length of the ice. Peyton Melke will go into the corner. He'll run in with John Nitchin. Into the zone it goes. Trevor Landgraf. He'll stick it down as Nitchin will wrap up. Puck comes free now to Thomas Jarman. Jarman, who, I mean, he played incredibly brilliant against the Rams last year. Multiple goal games on more than one occasion against the Rams. Out to center ice it comes to Matt Adams. Adams will lace it through the neutral zone. As Landgraf got a piece of it, it will now be Eric Killam. Killam will take some contact from Jarman and give up the puck. Nitchin was looking for Landgraf, couldn't connect there as the Buffs will go off for a change. Deep in their own zone, it's Corey Taylor. Taylor to the near side to Lish. Lish will play it through the neutral zone again now to Edwards. Edwards will send it in deep to the corner. Luke Carter will chase after it. Off the boards it goes again. Now Hunter Perry will send it through now to Peyton Melke. Melke will have it poked away from him. Coming back for it is Edwards. Edwards will play it to the boards as Melke will flip it right back in. Rams will go off for a change, giving John Doris some time to craft the road up. David Coleman will take some contact. Play through the neutral zone. And out they go. Carter loses the puck. Skating back for it will be the Rams. It's Brian Casaria. Edwards, though, will keep the line. He'll pitch it over to Coleman, who will take some more contact. They remember David Coleman from last year. He was one of the guys that was the first in on the all-out brawl. But we'll have a stoppage in play with 17:02 remaining in our first period. Boy, you can feel the energy in the building, Derek.
It's
Friday night, and it's rivalry night.
Yep, and we got our first penalty of the night here, Joe. Looks like we're probably going to get, looks like elbowing, as was the call. Ref wasn't, they don't face us when they make that call, so it was a little hard to see over his shoulder, but looked like I caught some elbowing, and that's what I saw along the boards here. Looks like a little too much aggression there against Coleman when they ran into the boards against each other over there. So Colorado's going to get their first power play of the night. Let's see if they can capitalize on that.
It'll be Brian Casaria, who's in the box for the Rams. So the Buffs will go on the power play. Temby will walk the blue line. He'll send a drive. Deflected in front. Kicked by Will Neff. And Neff will play it out to center ice. Temby will play it off the boards. Anders will roll over Ansay. Chipped in. Bauer will go after it. He'll meet up alongside Luke Fiegel. He'll take some contact. Out to the blue line to Anders. Anders will walk into the circle. He'll fire one, and a good save by Porter. The rebound comes in behind for Colorado. Centered in front. Nobody home. And the puck will escape out to the neutral zone with 1:30 remaining on the Buffs power play. To Bauer it goes. Bauer will walk inside. Bradford onto the scene. Kept the line by Anders. Bauer will flip it across the ice. Gets over the blue line, so Tempe will have to recoil into the neutral zone. It's Anders that'll take his turn. He'll fly through neutral ice. He's got Bauer behind him. Through the slot he goes, using his shoulder. He'll find Chris Burkemper. The Arizona State transfer will go to his Arizona State transfer teammate. Tempe goes to Anders. Receives a return pass there. Jumps over Tempe's stick, but he'll keep it in just inside the blue line. Anders from the outside with 52 seconds remaining on the power play. Tempe will throw one off a skate. To the corner it goes for Burkemper. He'll turn against the glass. It'll be shuffled out of the zone by Will Neff. 40 seconds remain on the Buffs power play. Nothing doing so far.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado's had about one or two pretty solid looks on that, I'd say, so far in this power play. CSU doing a good job making sure they're keeping their zone nice and tight, making sure they're not getting too loose or too lazy with it in these first 5 minutes here. So we'll see if Colorado's got about 20 more seconds so they can capitalize on this rush here.
Ditching down the alley with some speed. He'll beat the defender. He'll look for a wraparound. Out to the blue line to Mick Bruce. The veteran defenseman will go to a one-timer to Matt Hefter to the right side. A touch pass to Nitchin. Nitchin will swing it out to Bruce. Bruce back to the near side to Hefter. Hefter surveys the scene through the slot. It comes on the back door. Jarman was waiting for it. Just couldn't quite pull the trigger. Penalty has expired. We're back to even strength. Buffs 0-1 on the power play here tonight. Rams will wrap it down low. Skylar Harding on top of it for the Rams. Nitchin, though, will poke it out of the corner to the blue line to Bruce. Fakes a shot. Passes it to Landgraf. Landgraf will take a shoulder from Harding. Poked out to Will Neff. Neff will break it up the ice. He's got Hunter Clark. Clark will go one-on-one with his former teammate before putting it back to Neff. It'll be steered away to the corner by Colin Champagne. A lot of members of the WSHL, Western States Hockey League, Boulder Bison out there tonight. A lot of these guys grew up playing hockey just minutes away. But tonight they converge on center stage for the biggest rivalry on ice in the state. Bradford with the shoulder. He'll knock Neff down. Edwards will play it through the neutral zone, and he'll slip through to Luke Fiegel. The captain will chase back into his own zone, being chased by Bradford. He'll throw a shoulder there before getting it to Austin Ansay. Ansay the other way to Eric Killam. Killam be pushed off by Elliot Palanchik before it's brought the other way now by Justin Schneeberger. Left off in the slot, though. Palanchik almost took it away there. Jordan Pascal will send it out to Ansay. Ansay will walk in. He's got Schneeberger on his right side as the puck will trickle down in behind the Buff zone. Palanchik will backhand it around the other way as Ansay will be met up along the boards. Puck comes out to center ice. It's Rick Whitton. Palanchik will walk in. Back to Whitton. Fires. Oh, and he's just off the mark. The net was dislodged. Whitton walked in and had a lot of that 4x6 open, but he couldn't convince it home. As Porter slid to his left, it looked like he got a piece of it. As the net was knocked off its mooring, a face-off in the Colorado offensive zone with 13:41 remaining in our first period.
I mean, Joe, we didn't have necessarily the greatest look at that. It was on the far side from us. We had a couple bodies in front of us and in front of the camera, so we couldn't get a clear look at that. But I totally agree. I mean, it looked like he missed that by, just inches. It was so close. He had that entire side open. It was a great rush by Colorado. They look to be the more aggressive team right now. Colorado State, not that they're not playing aggressively, but Colorado just really taking it to them right now.
Mastroshik will chase after it as he meets up with RJ Salvato down low. RJ's second game of the year is he actually took a hit in tryouts and was sidelined for the first few weeks of the season, but he's back out there tonight. Puck will deflect off the defenseman Bruce's stick and into the netting. Face-off will stay here. It's 13-17 remaining. First period action, 0-0. The Buffs with the early chances, but the Rams moving it quickly down the ice.
I mean, there was a chance, a really good chance on a break that Colorado State had. Champagne was in great position, but luckily for everybody on the CU faithful side, that puck just kind of bounced over the stick. I can't remember who was rushing for the Rams, but puck just kind of bounced over the stick, so they didn't have a clean look on it. But Champagne was in a great position, so I'm expecting him to have a big game because he's been in the right spots early. He just hasn't had to make too many saves yet.
The sophomore R.J. Salvato will bring it over the line. He'll be checked as it'll slip down to Melky. Melky will wrap it around. It comes to the near side now. Adams pinching in from the blue line as the puck will come out to neutral ice to Jake Bauer. Bauer gets hit hard into the boards. He'll have a word or two as Luke Carter brings it over the line. He'll fire a shot. High off the glass it goes. Behind for Melky. Melky will take some contact there from Carter, who centers one in top. Fired, he scores! Chris Burkemper! A rocket right over the shoulder of Porter. It's 1-0 Colorado. What a laser beam from the high slot. Walking in a beautiful feed from the corner. Buffs take the early lead. That's how you draw it up in practice.
Joe, that's what Colorado's doing well to me so far from what I've seen, is they've done a great job at, if that puck gets in behind the net, at turning that puck back over from CSU, getting possession back from them, finding a good centering pass, and then taking that nice laser shot coming straight down. They've done that a couple times now. That one just happens to find to the back of the net, and Colorado gets that early lead.
Colorado back on the rush. Same line out there. Burkemper, Bauer, and Anders the forwards. The number one scoring line for Coach Eric Ballard's squad. Burkemper, who transferred to Colorado in the offseason from Arizona State University. Well, that is best tally of the year so far. Anders from the corner. He goes to Bauer. Bauer will center it into the slot. No one home. Puck left there for Bauer, though, as he's unable to corral it. Burkemper will come in from the blue line. He'll pitch to Temby. Temby through some traffic. It was deflected down by Anders. Trying to redirect that one. Almost did so. Rams look like they're kind of reeling here early. They're running around in their own zone as it'll finally come out to neutral ice, and we're going to have a penalty. Referee's pointing at Corey Taylor, and it looks like the Buffs are going to get their second power play of the evening. The Buffs added a lot of talent in the offseason, highlighted by Chris Burkemper and Alex Temby transferring from ASU. But they also had Trevor Landgraf, who is playing at UMass of the NCAA and also formerly with Field, the North American Hockey League. Well, it's actually going to be a Colorado penalty. They're going to give it to Chris Burkemper. The referee did point in the direction of someone else, but it is Burkemper that is in the box. So this will be Colorado State's first power play of the evening. 11:41 remaining in our first period. Again, the Rams on the power play here. They'll send it in down low. Matt Hafter will chase after it. To the boards it goes. Dylan Hassel will play it back out to Will Neff. Neff will hit Hassel with a return pass as Nitchen will shove him. Puck comes free as it'll come down to Jarman. Jarman looks up the ice. Nitchen is streaking away. He'll hit Nitchen on a line as it is almost controlled. Buffs coming over the line. They're offsides. No matter, though, as Dylan Hassel, the defenseman, will skate back. Hassel again, another guy that played for the Boulder Junior Bison with so many members. I mean, it really is the Boulder Junior Bison All-Star game out there. Formerly the Bison, now the Superior Rough Riders of the Western States League. They play tonight against the Las Vegas Storm. Turned over, Jarman will throw one on net. It goes wide. Trevor Landgraf will pick it up for Colorado. He'll peer back into the zone, trying to kill some time off as it's stuck down by Asen Anseh. Anseh will streak on. He'll leave it there for Killam. Killam will be driven into the corner by Landgraf. His door will try to play it out. It's kept in at the blue line by Pascal. A shot on net is zipped away by Champagne as Landgraf will slap at it, and he'll clear the zone. 53 seconds remaining on the power play for the Rams.
Already two totally different styles on this power play kill. Look at this. Colorado might even have a chance right here.
Bradford walks in, fires one in. A kick save there by Porter, getting the pad down against the post. But really good play, though, by Andrew Bradford. Bradford down there with Elliot Polanchik trying to wrap it up. Holly comes free, and the Rams will bust out of the zone with 35 seconds remaining on the power play. It's Melky. Over the line he comes, looking to get in on Dora. Wraps around. To the near side, he looks to Chris Guidotti. Guidotti fired on net into the chest of Colin Champagne. He'll hang on for the save as Chandler Yoder is shoved out of the crease by John Dora.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, what I was starting to say there before Colorado was able to get that turnover in their zone and take it, walk it in, Bradford walk it in for a shot was, I mean, you could tell it's two totally, absolutely different styles of play on this penalty kill for each team. CSU stayed more in a tighter zone, tried to stick more with that diamond, making sure they're not giving too many looks, whereas Colorado, I mean, they're just flat out playing aggressive. They don't care. They act like they're at full strength. They're checking. They're even trying to play offense down here half the time.
Referee's got his hand up. We're going to get an interference call. It looks like on Mick Bruce, so it'll be a 5-on-3 advantage for 21 seconds. This will be the second power play for Coach Eric Sunnis' CSU Rams. Fun pace, though, so far. I mean, this is hyperkinetic. That's the word.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been great. It's a totally different game, too, than what we just saw with the women's CSU game. I mean, that thing didn't have a goal until, about 10 minutes left in the third or so. I mean, we already got a goal in about the first 8 minutes here tonight between the men. So two different games for sure. But it's definitely been exciting. It's got to be great for these fans out here. We got a full house.
And a glove away there by Piner on the one-timer. Anders will chase to the boards alongside Luke Fiegel. Fiegel will send it in. Kept in at the blue line by Casaria. He'll send one on net, and he scores. And the referee's calling it off, though. The referee is calling it off. And Casaria, he can't believe it. Referee blew his whistle and calls that one off. I couldn't tell you why.
I don't know. Well, we'll see if they maybe say something. It looks like we're having a little bit of a conversation now on the ice between CSU and the officials, trying to figure out what's going on. But I don't know why. And the puck looks like it's faceoff's coming out to the neutral zone too. So I'm not sure at all what happened. We might get a PA announcement about it here. So we had according to the PA announcer from the official, it was a no goal because we had a player inside the crease when the puck went into the net from CSU.
The Buffs will take it. 5-on-3 has expired. Bruce, though, still in the box for a minute 37. Rams on the power play. They'll bust into the zone with 9:37 remaining in the first period. Temby will take it from the corner. He'll try to sling it in. It's kept in by the foot of Luke Fiegel. Play forward to Ansay. Ansay tries to go through some traffic, but Colin Champagne will make the save there.
Joe, let me ask you, I mean, because you know Champagne pretty well, is this maybe the style of penalty kill that the Buffs are playing, is this a result of Ballard's just absolute trust in Champagne?
Oh, absolutely. Colin Champagne is, in my opinion, an elite goaltender. I think he's actually third in the league with save percentage in the ACHA. And he's such a competitor. No one will say that he's the biggest or fastest or even most talented goalie, but he's the most competitive. And his will to win is, second to none. And there's such a confidence in Champagne that, he had a hard game last week against Arkansas. The Buffs losing a shootout as Eric Killam will take a penalty. So we'll go to 4-on-4 for a minute 17 before Colorado will go on a brief power play. But, Champagne had a really tough go against the Razorbacks last Friday night, a week ago. Yep. And I was talking to Coach Ballard after the game. I said, are you going to give him the shot again on Monday? He said, absolutely. Champagne is our goaltender. Colin is a competitor. And, he has a bad game. You got to trust your goalie to bounce back. And boy, did he ever. Colorado with a shutout victory behind Colin Champagne on Monday night against the Razorbacks.
Yeah, and that was a tough game too. So it wasn't like, Champagne didn't see any shots. Maybe the Buffs just played a little loose on Friday, and it didn't work out for him. But, on Monday when they came back, Champagne had to earn that victory too. I can't remember the saves that he had off the top of my head, but I want to say it was up in the 40 range as well.
To Bergkemper. Bergkemper to the slot. One-timer from Edwards is off the mark. He'll go off of Melky to the corner. 50 seconds remain of 4-on-4 before Colorado will have a brief power play. And that'll be their second power play of the night. To Dorrance in the neutral zone. He'll swing it across to Edwards. Edwards will walk in. Centers one in front to Bergkemper, and it scores again. Oh, they score! Bergkemper, his second of the night. He stuck it under the pad of Porter, and it's 2-0 Colorado. A good play by Colorado. They caught the Rams in their own zone. And again, another good pass to Bergkemper, who snuck that under the pad of Michael Porter. 2-0. Bergkemper leads over the Rams. It will still be 37 seconds of 4-on-4 before Colorado will get a power play. But Bergkemper, who seemed frustrated, especially a week ago on Friday night, has got two in the first period. The fans loving it here in Boulder. Rams will play back into their own zone. And the Rams will break out. I was trying to hear the PA announcement of who got the assist. I didn't catch it, but either way, Bergkemper on the board. 2-0 Colorado. 15 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Adams will send it across the ice now to David Coleman. DC to RJ Salvato, who gets swept out. He slided down. Ping pong through the zone before Coleman will send one just wide. 4-on-4 has expired. Buffs now on the 5-on-4 power play. Backhanded away by Jordan Natalski. And the Rams will send it all the way down the length of the ice. 33 seconds remain on the power play. Hefter, who has been with this team now for 2 years. He came in last year as part of that large freshman class that Colorado brought in last year. Very few guys who are actually on the inaugural University of Colorado ACHA Division I team are still with it. A few of them, though, are. David Coleman is one of them. Richard Wigting is one of them. Mick Bruce, who he played the second half of the inaugural season 2 years ago. And we're going to get a penalty, it looks like, against Luke Carter. So Carter will go to the box. No, maybe not Carter. Yep. Yeah, it will be Carter. So Carter will go to the box. He'll take a seat, so that'll effectively kill off Colorado's power play, so that'll make them 0 for 2 on the night. So it'll be a brief 14-second 4-on-4 before CSU will go for their third power play of the evening. They are 0 for 2. Landgraf will win the draw. It'll be flipped up the boards. Bruce will race up the ice. Now in favor of Jarman. Jarman in down low. We are 4-on-4 right now. And the puck actually slid through the crease on that one.
Snuck one in. Yeah,
that was
he
close.
Almost had a chance there, Joe. That surprised everybody.
Up the ice goes Hunter Perry. Perry being chased down by Jarman will go to the corner. He'll try to center one in front for Yoder. Minute 35 remaining now on the power play for CSU. 7:08 remaining in our first period of play. Buffs lead 2-0. Bruce will send this one all the way down the length of the ice. Porter will slide to his left and leave it there. Both teams go out for a change. I mean, you can just feel the energy in this room. I mean, it's exciting. A huge collision down at neutral ice by, you guessed it, Nick Bruce's. Adams will throw the puck into the netting and out of play. Faceoff will stay in the zone with 1:10 remaining on the Rams power play.
The crowd is they're pretty into it here tonight. They a little more tame than I've seen crowds against CSU in the past, but that might just be because it's still a little early. They might want to see a little more action and loosen up a little bit. Maybe see the Buffs get another one on the board here, but it's definitely a packed house, Joe. It looks like this inside here is almost totally full. They're gonna have to start routing people up onto the glass overlook area because I don't know if they'll let any more people in this area.
6:39 remaining in our opening period. 2-0 Colorado. A minute remaining on the CSU power play. Killam will bring it up the ice. He'll send to the corner and he'll meet up there with Adams. Shouldered along as Bruce will scoop the puck out of the corner. It'll slide along the boards. Pushed in deep. This one is Melky. Melky being shadowed by Matt Adams. Cycles to the corner for Yoder. A shot from the outside is deflected through some traffic and into the corner and out of play. 35 seconds remain on the power play. Referee saying the puck was deflected, of course, so faceoff will stay in the zone.
Both teams doing full changes, getting fresh legs. Colorado State hoping they can keep those fresh legs for the final 35 seconds of their power play, see if they can get a goal on the board and go from there.
35 seconds remaining on the power play for the Buffs. For the Rams. Boy, I'm having a hard time with that tonight.
Yeah, you are.
Comes down the length of the ice to Michael Porter. I'll get there.
Yeah.
This is our second broadcast of the evening. Colorado and Colorado State took on each other on the women's side of hockey. Rams won that one 1-0. On the power play are the Rams. This puck will come all the way down. Neff got a piece of it as it's deflected away and sent down the other way for Colorado. Porter comes out of the net to play it. Slides it in front of his bench as Dora coming in from neutral ice will play it off a body. And timer will expire as Ansay will skate back in his own zone on the power play. The Rams will move to 0-3 on the night. Ansay dances in through some traffic before being pushed off. Keeping their own zone is Zach Lish. Lish finesses it to Fiegel. He'll take some contact there. Bergkemper will walk in. Does he have a hat trick? Centered in front. It's deflected and gloved out of the air from Michael Porter.
He was looking across. Looks like Bauer was coming down that other side. Looking across, trying to make that nice pass, but just got tipped at the last second and floated on him. And CSU able to make a save, pull it in, and prevent that fast break goal.
5:14 remaining as a shot from the blue line off Alex Temby's stick will be scooped up and caught by Michael Porter. For those of you interested in the ALCS game, the Toronto Blue Jays currently trail the Kansas City Royals 2-1. It is the middle of the 7th inning in that one. Bauer down low. He'll leave it for Bergkemper. Bergkemper slides one in front to Anders on the back door. Backhand. Oh, and it goes just wide. Tempe coming in from the blue line will send one through. Porter will deflect it to the corner. Anders cycles out again in front to Bauer. And it's picked up and brought the other way by the CSU Rams. Schneeberger will take some contact and go down. Matt Hefter plays across to Tempe. We are even strength with 4:44 remaining in the first period. 2 scores by Chris Bergkemper. Gets us to where we are now. Anders looking to flip it over to Bauer, who was flying his way through the neutral zone. It's broken up by Mastrosic, who will send it in down low. Schneeberger will come after it as he'll push off Tempe. No matter, though, as Hefter's there to back him up. Bauer will take some contact from the flying Hunter Clark, but it's Anders that'll lead the rush. Anders with Bergkemper trailing. Walks in, Anders fires at a save. Oh, he scored! They scored! It slipped through Porter. Anders goes coast to coast, and Colorado leads 3-0. 3 goals from the opening line. Everyone on their feet in the rec center. Anders' shot on net was stopped by Porter. I think he thought he was on top of it.
Yeah.
It somehow trickled through his pads and propelled over the red line.
He almost stopped playing there, Joe, and you know, to the official's credit, he had a great look. He did not blow his whistle because I think he must have seen that puck was still moving a little bit, and it managed to trickle through it. I mean, I was watching it, actually saw it cross that line. I mean, and that thing was barely moving, so it just trickled through.
Kept it at the blue line by Hunter Perry. He'll whiff on the shot as the puck will go to the corner for Trevor Landgraf. Landgraf will backhand it away. Clark will come in for Colorado State. Skylar Harding in down low, taken away, though, by John Nitchin. Nitchin bursts up the ice. Through neutral ice, though, it's poked away at center ice by Hunter Perry, but taken away back the other way now by Matt Adams. Adams looking for Jarman in the slot. Instead, he'll find Landgraf as Landgraf shoved up against the boards hard. And that's going to be a penalty as Landgraf was boarded there. Boy, he took a shot.
Joe, while we sort this out, I got a question for you.
All right.
What do you want to know tonight? Well, Joe's a little distracted right now on the side, but for those of you watching at home, if you want to interact with us, we got an opportunity. Joe wants to know. It's a new segment we're doing tonight where in this first period we're trying to figure out who in the ACHA has the best center ice logo. Ours is a little hard to see right now. We might need to go and paint that and brighten it up, but we got a Ralphie in the center of our ice. We're curious what you think out there, fans.
Bruce, a big slap shot from the outside. Goes just wide. Will bounce back in front. Porter scrambling back to the crease. Jarman will take it from down low. He'll spin through the corner, avoiding 3 Rams, finessing around 2. Landgraf to the corner, goes to Nitchin. Nitchin looks out to the point. He'll hit Hefter. Hefter walks the line and tangles around a defenseman. Another one for Hefter. He'll walk in, fires, it's blocked in front off the leg of Hassel. Played to the corner. Melky will chase after it. He'll be laid up there, bowled by Thomas Jarman. Jarman will lose it, and it'll be backhanded away by Chris Guidotti. 3 minutes even remaining in the first period. Buffs on top 3-0 on the power play for another minute 15. In the box is Hunter Perry. And the Buffs will lead up the ice. Landgraf around a defender. Down low. Now to Bergkemper, who has 2 goals on the night. Hefter will receive it at the point before exchanging with John Nitchin. Nitchin. It's in front now to Bergkemper, who was on the doorstep looking for his 3rd. Chris Bergkemper, a very highly touted player last year in the ACHA. Decided to transfer here over the summer, and boy, we were waiting for him to make a big impact. Well, tonight he's made a huge impact.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely had that impact. One of the things I'm seeing, too, is, Joe, Colorado's size and strength is just, right now, it's almost too much for Colorado State. They're trying everything they can to prevent the Buffaloes from getting some of these rushes or even just getting that hit that's going to give some motivation to the rest of their team. But, I mean, every time they come in, Colorado just demolishes them. I mean, it's just been a slugfest for Colorado right now, and right now they're winning.
We're going to have a penalty on the play. We're going to get a hooking call, and this one's going to come against Bergkemper. So that'll nix the Colorado power play. So we'll have 24 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Rams will go on their 4th power play of the night. Surprisingly enough, wink, wink, a lot of penalties here tonight. Colorado will win the draw. Again, 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. Hefter will come out to center ice. He's chased down by Pascal. Temby will scamper back into his zone. He'll glide behind the net of Champagne before he goes to the corner and exchanges with Hefter. Hefter finds Anders. He goes for a one-touch pass now to Bauer. Bauer's going to have a one-on-one with Tatowski. Bauer tries to handle around him and has it poked away at the last second. Full strength Colorado State. 1:30 on the power play now for the Rams. Anders will check a man down in the zone and chase after it. Recoiling is Pascal. Anders the one-man forecheck out there, chasing everyone down who is in green. RJ Salvato comes onto the ice. We'll play it back to Matt Hefter. 1:13 remaining on the power play. 1:15 remaining in our opening period. To the corner it goes. Salvato on the forecheck will chase now the other way as Casario will bring it up the ice for the Rams. He'll be pushed to the corner by John Dora. Looks for a centering pass. Whiffs on it with a minute remaining in our first period. Casario throws one on net. Goes off of a leg in front to the corner. It comes again. Neff down low will lose it to Dora. Dora will look for David Coleman. Can't quite connect. Anse will bring it right back in for the Rams. 40 seconds remaining in the period. 35 on the Rams power play. Neff down low, plays it out to the blue line of Fiegel. Fiegel will wrap it in down low again for Neff. Neff tries to center one in front, nobody home. Fiegel from the blue line, though, will grab it with one arm as the referee's got his hand up, and we're going to get another penalty. Referee's pointing in the direction of Trent Edwards as John Dora will send around down into the ice.
That woke up the student section here. They were getting a little quiet over there and a little bit of extracurricular, and all of a sudden they're all on their feet down at the end of the ice.
And Dora's going to get a penalty there alongside Will Neff. No, not Neff. Looks like it'll be Fiegel, actually. Nope, I'm wrong. Chandler Yoder will go to the box for the Rams. 26.5 remaining in the first period. 3-0 for Colorado. 2 goals for Burkemper, 1 for Anders. A fast start for the Buffs. As the penalties will go up on the board. Looks like it'll be a 4-on-3 numbers out there for 22 seconds, and then we'll skate 4-on-4 for 1:48. 1:38.
Joe, while we're sorting this out, do you want to let everybody know why they should stick around in the first intermission?
Oh boy, you want to stick around after the first period because Chris Shook is here to join us. He used to be the director of club sports here at CU, now working for the NHL. And actually the officials have decided that they're going to be offsetting penalties, so it'll be 5-on-4 out there for another 14 seconds. 18 seconds remaining here in the period, so the offsetting penalties won't matter. To the right side, Hassel throws one in through some traffic. Adams will stick it down. Coleman backhands it high off the glass, and this one should come all the way down the length of the ice. But again, stay tuned. Immediately following this period, Chris Shook will join us to talk about what he's up to now as the buzzer will announce the end of our first period of play, and the crowd will applaud the opening period from their Buffs. They lead 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. And I'm going to have Derek hand the headset off now to Chris Shook. Shook was the longtime director of club sports here at the University of Colorado, and always my favorite guest to have on during the intermission.
Well, thank you, Joe. It's always a pleasure to be here. I can tell you right now, it looks like it's the Matt Anders show. He looks like he's the best player out there. He really does, and I'm not just saying that on offense. On defense, he's back checking. He's just flying around the rink, wouldn't you say?
I think that opening line of Burkemper, Anders, and Bauer, I mean, they're tearing it up. Burkemper's got 2, Anders has got 1.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Ballard, he said at the beginning of the year, this number 1 line for him, Burkemper, Anders, and Bauer, I mean, they're going to tear it up out there, and they were a little bit frustrated the first few weeks of the season, but really hitting their stride here tonight.
Yeah, you can really tell, and they've carried the play into the CSU zone. The only thing I would say is that, when they get on that power play, maybe they should just simplify it a little bit, Joe, and go ahead and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Just put the puck on net because, the only way you're going to get goals is if you start shooting the puck. That extra pass in a game like tonight, Joe, I don't think you need it. All you need to do is put it on because everyone's nervous out there. But trying to make that extra pass is, it just complicates things a little bit.
You've always been a fan of the old school hockey.
I am.
An old-time hockey guy.
Yeah, you could say that.
Still part of the game down, I guess, over at the NHL level.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say down at the average, up at the NHL level.
Right.
I guess you spend your free time as a NHL goal official.
Yeah, I do video goal judge for the Colorado Avalanche. I probably do about 20 to 30 games. I don't do them all, but I do a lot of their home games, and it's been keeping me busy. But I love coming back to Colorado, Joe. I mean, you and I started this, a couple of years ago, and it just keeps getting bigger and better.
I remember 4 years ago when we were playing in the old building.
Yeah.
No one came into any of the games. There was no broadcast, but Mr. Shook turned it around.
Yeah, we had a lot of help, but having a crowd like this tonight is always special for the guys. You know how it is. Anytime you play CSU, though, anything can happen. I know Colorado's doing. They're ranked number 9 right now. They lost one game. It doesn't matter. It's everyone says when it comes to this game, anybody can win, as you know. In some years, we've been, the team that hasn't had the best record, and we've gone in there and we've taken care of business.
Remember, exactly a year ago, October 24th, 2014.
Yeah.
This game ended in a bench-clearing brawl.
Yes, it did.
At the time, you were an administrator here,
Yeah.
so obviously you had one view of the game, but, I mean...
I was upset that night and I went in and I talked to the players. I said, that will never happen again while I'm the administrator. Now, granted, I retired in January, but I just told the coaches then and the players then, that's not what college hockey's about. College hockey's about, having, exactly what we got here tonight. It's not about fighting, because we don't want our guys to get thrown out. And we want to keep this as a, collegiate atmosphere. I mean, fighting part of is not part of the game. But as you know, when you play CSU, anything can happen at any time.
I do hate to say it. Our ratings went up really big after that game.
Yeah.
And so did attendance.
Yeah, and you know what? That's maybe what we needed then. And I know the boys caught fire there for a while. But you know what? I really don't think it's part of the game. We want to make sure that we're putting on a good product. And tonight, you can see what happened. You get just as much excitement from a big hit or that first goal. That first goal was just lights out. Perfect pass in the slot, puts it in the upper corner. That's the kind of stuff that people want to come here and see. I don't think they want to see a lot of the refereeing and tonight, they're calling it pretty tight, but I'd rather them call it tight tonight because there's another game on Sunday.
These two teams will take on to the Levelland Budweiser Event Center on Sunday night. That'll be a fun one, but a little bit of history this week. Colorado comes in at number 9 in the ACHA poll, the first time they cracked the top 10. If I were to tell you that 4 years ago, what would you have said?
Yeah, I would have said we got a long ways to go. And you know what? They've done a great job. Coach Ballard, and I got to give Jeff Nightenbach a shout-out here, too, because some of these players on this roster are part of Jeff's team. Some of them are Eric Ballard recruited many, the year he left. So it's nice to have Coach Ballard back. You can see the kids responding to him. He's one of those players, coaches, as you know. He's no nonsense. He knows the game real well. And he's got those kids playing really well right now.
It's honestly incredible. If you're not familiar with the program, 2 years ago when the first year Colorado played at the ACHA Division I level, we were not a good team.
No. I think we won 5 games the whole year. And
those were hard to watch.
Yeah, and you know what? You got to remember the conference that we're in. We're in the Western Collegiate, Hockey League, and it's the toughest conference, I think, in college hockey. I mean, you see the teams up there. ASU goes Division I. Arizona's good. Each night, in and out, you got the national championships that, Central Oklahoma. So you're playing in a really tough league. Kind of reminds me of the old days in the, WCHA, where the best teams were in that league and they just beat each other up.
It's really like the SEC in college football.
Exactly. It reminds me of that too. So it's one of those things where, they're going to be good because when they go play some of these other teams such as Iowa State, Minot, they're going to have that experience by playing the teams, like Central Oklahoma, CSU, Arizona. Those are great teams. Arkansas is a good team too.
Oh, Arkansas came in here on last Friday night and they stole a game in a shootout.
Yeah.
And, they're a great addition to the Western Collegiate Hockey League. And, again, this is, I would say, we both have a little bit of a bias, but seriously, this is the hardest conference in the ACHA.
It wouldn't surprise me out of the, the 8 teams they got here, they get 5 bids. It wouldn't surprise me. And you know what? They're deservingly so. I mean, they could, because you got to look at non-conference play, Joe, and these teams in this league are doing really well.
And speaking of non-conference play, in a few weeks, Colorado will go to play Minot State, the number one team in the country right now.
Oh.
A year ago, Colorado went up to, we went all the way up to North Dakota and had a really tough time, but I don't think this has ever been said. I'm really excited to drive up to North Dakota to go play the number one team in the land.
Come on, you're going to get on that bus, and you're going to enjoy the 16-hour bus ride. 17-hour. Okay, 17-hour bus ride up to Minot. And, there's a good possibility the high may be 10, Joe.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you know how it is when you go there.
Oh, it's brutal up there. It's the
brutal.
wind, too. We'll also take a stop in Williston, North Dakota.
Yeah, Williston is always a nice place. I know that there's your favorite eatery there. There's only one place in town, and it's always good.
Well, any words before I let you go and enjoy the rest of the game?
No, I just want to say thanks for having me on tonight, and I'm always be a Buff fan. It brings a lot of emotion for me to come here some nights, to come in this building, because I know it's something that you and I and the rest of the crew here, we all built together. It's great. Yeah. It's a great crowd tonight, and I'm really happy to be here.
We built this from the ground up. We
did
it ourselves. We got dirty, and we built the program.
That's right.
Longtime friend of the show, Chris. You're always welcome back.
All right, thank you.
Shook. We're
Derek,
going to take
I want to say hi to Derek here. I want to thank him too. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on tonight, guys.
That's Chris Shook, former director of club sports here, now a NHL goal official. We're going to take a real quick break, but we'll be back in about 5-6 minutes for some first period stats and reflection. You're tuned into University of Colorado hockey after one period of play. Buffs on top 3-0 over the Rams. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. Make sure to keep the conversation going on Twitter. We'll get to all your tweets coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. 3-0 game in Boulder. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. Derek, 3-0 after one. This place is rocking.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I don't think many people left their seats, if any. Everybody's trying to make sure they stay close to the glass or in the best seats possible. But yeah, I mean, everybody was electric after that first period. I don't think I've seen Colorado take a 3-goal lead against Colorado State in hockey. I mean, in the last 2 years at least, the 2 years I've been with the program.
The funniest thing that's going on right now is the student section is chanting Steidler in reference to Alex Steidler, who was the goaltender for the Rams for the last few years. And anytime he came into this building, they were ruthless.
Yep.
Oh, the student section just calling on him. I don't think they realize it's actually Michael Porter who's in net tonight. He did allow 3 goals there in the opening period, though, so we'll see how long he lasts. I can see Dax Tiedrick over on the bench, another former Boulder Bison member. It'll be very interesting if they got Dax in the game, because there are a lot of guys that were on the same junior Bison team with them 3 years ago.
Right now, it looks like we got a little confusion about who's supposed to be serving the penalty from those matching penalties there at the end of the first period. Trying to get that all situated. Looks like we got it figured out, and we're going to get started here in just a minute.
And we are back underway. Thank you for joining us. Second period action just underway. Burkemper will walk in. He'll fire one and a save by Porter. We are at even strength. 3-0 Buffs after one. 2 tallies from Burkemper, a single from Anders. As the Buffs will play through the neutral zone, it's Burkemper who walks over the line, dangles around the defender, can't quite finesse his way in front. Played up into the corner. This puck will come out to center ice for Matt Adams. Make sure to tweet any thoughts to myself and Derek, at Joe Paris, at Derek Michelson. Any shout-outs or comments, questions, concerns, ideas, whatever. We'll read them on the air. And Nick Bruce with an absolute, a demolition shot to Will Neff, and they're going to call a penalty on that one. Oh, Bruce is not going to get away with that one. Boy, he came a head full of steam. My goodness, what a collision against the boards down there as Hassan Anse is having a conversation with first Matt Anders and then Matt Adams. What a shot. I mean, you could hear it.
I heard it. I was doing something else, so I wasn't looking up at that exact moment, but I heard it. I definitely heard it, even through these headsets, so that's one heck of a shot.
So this will be a penalty against Mick Bruce, though. And I mean, obviously, I've watched him play a lot, and so my opinion may be skewed a little bit, but he's got to be the hardest hitter in the ACHA. I mean, he he's got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely been playing tough tonight. Jarman's also been playing pretty tough tonight, too. He's had a couple big hits himself, so but I definitely can see what you're saying in terms of overall body of work. He definitely throws the hammer a couple times.
So a minute 47 remaining on the power play for the Rams. See if they can jump back into this one. Meanwhile, on baseball, top of the 8th inning, Toronto now trails 3-1 to the Kansas City Royals in Game 6 of the ALCS. Toronto fighting for their playoff lives. Boy, I hope they can pull it out. Anyway, it's going to be a shot was intended for Landgraf, and boy, if that one would have landed on his stick, he would have had a breakaway on Porter.
Yep.
But he did not have his head up on that one.
Could have made about 4 or 5 moves before even taking that shot. I mean, he had a solid 10 feet at least of head start on that breakaway.
Deep in the trenches, the two teams will do battle as Carter comes out of the pile with the puck. Played forward to the blue line. Kept in, though, by Casaria. A minute remaining on the penalty to Bruce. 18-15 remaining in our second period. 3-0 on Friday night. Thank you for joining us. You're looking live at the sold-out CU Rec Center. A shot on net save by Champagne.
I mean, to me, Joe, this is just, you can see it. It's a perfect example. Now, right now, they're playing a little more zone-like, but the Buffaloes just, they're not even acting like they're a man down right now. They're playing like they're at full strength, and they are just attacking that puck, and they're not letting CSU even get a thought of a shot.
Puck will be chipped all the way down the ice. Hassel will chase after it. And he used to actually broadcast for the team that Dylan played for, and I had nicknamed him Dylan Hustle Hassel, and that nickname still rings true today. A hard worker out there in green and white. Will Neff in the corner. Comes in behind, looking for a play as Champagne had been lost on the play as he slid to his left end, then his right. 5 seconds remaining on the power play for the Rams. This has been their 5th attempt as the puck was played out, and it's going to come out of the box. As Salvato wanted to go for it, had to wait for Bruce to get on. So 0 for 5 on the night for the Rams. Buff's not doing much better. They're 0 for 3. 17:02 remaining in our second period. Colorado on top 3-0. It's rivalry night in Boulder. First game of a series this year between these two teams. I believe they play 4 or 5 times.
I think there's 4 on the schedule for right now, but there's a possibility of adding a 5th.
There's hopes that these two teams will meet at Coors Field on the outdoor surface. There are hopes. Andrew Bradford into the zone. He'll look for David Coleman. He'll backhand it to the corner where Coleman waits for it. Trying to get it in front to Salvato. I don't think he got a piece of it as Porter did. And out come the Rams. Skylar Harding will be shoved against the boards by Bradford. Over the line. Here comes Wigton, and Wigton is offsides.
I think they got Coleman actually for being offsides. He was on this near side here. He might have been just a half step ahead of this play. Fortunately, our live stream is actually slightly tape delayed, so we have a replay. And yeah, I saw Coleman was in the zone coming back on that, so it was a good call by the officials on that one. But
big score update courtesy of Chris Perry, commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Missouri State beat Central Oklahoma, the defending national champion Central Oklahoma, 4-3. Oh my God, the Toronto Blue Jays have also tied the game at 3.
Everything's at 3.
Everything's at 3. Oh my goodness. All right, into the zone come the Rams. Quis Guidotti, a backhand out to the blue line. Palanchik will chase after it for Colorado. Champagne will touch the puck as it runs 3. Wrapped up in the corner, down low. Rams come out of the pile with it. Bodies on top of each other down in the corner. I'm not really sure what's going on. Looks like Hefter's holding on for dear life down there as Wigton will touch it through the neutral zone. Palanchik will chase after it. To the corner it goes. Large collision is going to result in another Colorado penalty. This is going to be their 6th on the night. And Coach Bauer's got to be frustrated at this point. This will be the 6th power play for Colorado State here tonight.
It was right in front of the student section. You could hear them. They weren't too happy with that call, but, sometimes going to get that penalty. And that one, I was looking away, unfortunately. I've been doing that a lot this period. Maybe I should focus up more, I guess. But, yeah, so I didn't see it, but I'm not going to argue with the officials too much here.
For those of you who care, and it might be none of you, Jose Bautista hit a 2-run homer in the 8th inning to tie the ALCS game at 3. Big game there.
Redeeming himself a little. He's been getting harassed because of the bat flip that even took him to this point, so a little redemption for him there.
I would say that Luke Carter's parents watching in Toronto would care about that game, but Carter's parents, or at least his father, is here tonight in Boulder, came all the way to watch his son play. Luke, the freshman, used to play for the Toronto Patriots of the Ontario Junior Hockey League, where he was the captain of his league champion Patriots, and now has transitioned beautifully into the ACHA. Curiously enough, Carter's brother actually plays at Arizona, and so the Buffs were very excited when Carter elected to come to CU instead of going to play with his brother. Puck will go out of play. Minute 16 remaining on the power play for the Rams. 3-0 Colorado, 14:44 remaining in our second period. Thank you for joining us from around the country. A fun atmosphere here in Boulder. And we'll be honest here. I mean, it's not a sellout every night, but when it is, this is one of the best places to play in the entire league.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good these guys play each other early here at CU, because I think what this did, is even last year, looking back to last year in the attendance, it definitely, like you just said, it's not going to sell out every game, but there are people that will come back after seeing this and how competitive it is, especially if CU gets a pretty decisive victory here. They'll be able to keep some of these fans, and that just makes it more exciting, not just for us up here because we get to see all these guys and cheering, but also for the players on the ice, because they get that noise and that they really truly get that home ice advantage.
I'm not kidding, folks. When we said during the intermission interview that attendance and online viewership, doubled. Maybe even more than doubled after last year's CU-CSU game. We're not kidding. It did. Bauer will lead the rush here shorthanded. He breaks in. Backhand shot and a save by Porter. That's going to draw a penalty. We'll see if he'll get a penalty shot or just a penalty.
Yep, and the penalty's away from the play. It was a hooking on the near side. So it's not going to be a penalty shot, but it's gonna put it at a 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 24 seconds left on CU's original penalty, and then they'll be up playing 5-on-4 hockey.
The penalty parade will continue. This time it'll be the Rams that'll go to the box, and it looks like it'll be Danny Mastrosik this time. So Colorado will have their 4th power play after 24 seconds of 4-on-4. And, Chris Shook, who we had on during our intermission interview, he said maybe the Buffs should simplify their power play. We'll see if maybe they will.
Yep. This will be the opportunity for them to do that.
Ansay will slide one on net. Champagne didn't want to cover it, but is forced to as Will Nuff was crashing hard.
Here's the reason I don't think they will, whether you agree or not with Mr. Shook, but I don't think they will because, you're seeing the results on the scoreboard right now. It's 3-0. Yeah, Colorado maybe hasn't gotten the power play goal, but at the same time, they've had some chances, and at the end of the day, right now, you're not as concerned about Colorado State making a comeback because they really haven't shown you anything that would give you the impression that they have it in them to do it so far.
So Colorado back to full strength. A minute 33 now on the power play as John Nitchin will jump onto the ice for the Buffs as the 5th attacker. Nitchin from the corner looks out to the blue line. He'll find Matt Hefter. Hefter fakes a shot, chips it over to Nitchin to the near side. Battling in front is Jarman. Will they hit him there? Looking for a pass from Landgraf was Jarman. Broken up. Puck will be swung all the way around the boards, and Bruce will have to come out to center ice to grab that one. Minute 13 remaining on the power play. It'll be touched by Landgraf. Taken over, though, by Rosenthal. Played back, though, by Nitchin. Nitchin through the slot. He's got some speed. Fires in, and a hand up for a penalty as Porter made the save, and I think Colorado is going to go on a 5-on-3 attack here as there was a hook as Nitchin made his way to the net.
See, now, Joe, this is where I would actually expect, honestly, a penalty shot to come in because if you saw it, he's actually ahead of all the CSU defenders when that hook happens. To me, that gives him that opportunity.
So Jordan Natowski will take a seat. So a minute and 2 seconds of 5-on-3. And then it will be 58 seconds of 5-on-4. And Colorado's actually going to take a timeout. Coach Ballard's going to take a timeout here to talk it over because, this could really put the kibosh on the thing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. like I was saying a little earlier, Colorado State, they've shown intensity, so don't get me wrong when I say that it doesn't look like they have it in them to necessarily come back. They've shown intensity to be able to do that, but unless they really turn something around and start creating legitimate chances, I don't see them being able to do that right now. And so if Colorado can get a goal here, I totally agree with you. It could spell disaster for the Rams, and that potentially could be it.
I think you're going to see Colorado move the puck around very deliberately here, and their MO is to move it on the heavy side, and then really a quick cross-ice pass to the weak side on the back door for someone to hopefully just poke it home.
Yeah, Colorado State brought it in real tight in that timeout. They cleared the entire bench, so the coach was talking to everybody, maybe trying to talk some strategy, get his guys rallied and back in this game, because he can't wait until the second intermission to try to get them pumped back up if they really want to have a shot at coming back into this thing.
So a minute of 5-on-3. The Rams do win the faceoff and do a good job to clear this one down the ice. Hefter will chase after it for Colorado as he begins his road up the ice. Plays it to himself off the boards. Here comes Hefter with some speed. Leaves it on the back door. Nitchin couldn't quite pull the trigger. He was caught up on his stick. Otherwise, that would have been 4-0 Colorado.
Yep.
A good play, though, by the defenseman Matt Hefter to walk in from the blue line, make a move, and then make a pass. A lot of defensemen get excited when they get an opportunity to shoot the puck, and they'll have blinders on, looking just at the net. Hefter is not one of those defensemen.
A lot of speed coming in off that. Showed impressive speed getting around the defender for CSU and being able to make a play like that.
Still 5-on-3 for another 43 seconds. Mick Bruce will get this one in deep. Luke Fiegel will meet up in the corner. Landgraf will pick up the puck. Looks to Nitchin, leads for Hefter. Now to Nitchin it goes. John Nitchin surveys the scene. Now to Hefter in down low to Bruce. Looking in front for Jarman. Again, that one just off the mark. 25 seconds remaining of 5-on-3.
Some good tic-tac-toe passing. If that had been on the tape, there's a good chance that could have been the number 4 for Colorado as well.
Nitchin the top of the circle. One timer to Hefter. He'll send a blast. He scores! Matt Hefter! A power play goal. It is 4-0 Colorado. The entire rec center on their feet. The Buffs take advantage of their first power play goal of the night. They'll still go 5-on-4 for a minute and 11 seconds as Natowski's still in the box. But the tally for Colorado is now 1 for 5 as they'll enter their 6th power play. A blast though from Hefter. And the biggest party in college hockey is on their feet.
Yep, you can hear him chanting a little bit. They've quieted down here now, but you heard him chanting there for just a minute.
Landgraf and Mick Bruce will get the assists. So Hefter from Landgraf and Bruce will make it 4-0 for the Buffs. A power play goal. 11:56 remaining in the second period. Anders will win the draw. Temby will go D to D with Burkemper. Burkemper, who's usually a forward, playing D here on this power play unit. Temby to Anders. Cycle to the corner now for Jake Bauer, who will hit Anders with an immediate return pass. Shed away. Temby with the blast. It went off the leg of Yoder. And Yoder will now bring it back together for the Rams. He'll send it to the corner with 40 seconds remaining on the power play. We haven't seen this type of offense from Colorado at home in a long time. Burkemper with a nifty move. Now to Carter. The freshman will burst in, looking for a centering pass. He'll angle in behind. He'll be met up by a defender, but Burkemper will fish it out of there. Sends to the blue line to Temby. Temby swings it to Anders. Now to Temby. Bauer calling for the puck in down low. A straightaway shot from Temby and gloved out of the air by Porter. I think Alex Temby may have the best slap shot on the team.
Yeah, it's looked good. I can't argue with that, honestly, Joe. I haven't seen one better anyway, so I would have to agree with you on that.
He fires it with a lot. There's like a heat-seeking missile sometimes. And when you get it on a one-timer, my goodness. 5 seconds remain on the power play. Trent Edwards will cross it over to Dorr as we're back to full strength. Dorr, he scores! No?
Nope,
Referee's calling this one off. It looked like Salvato was in the crease.
Let's see if we get an explanation here.
I think it's probably the same thing we saw earlier from Colorado State. It looked like a guy might have been in the crease. It looked like it was Salvato, so no goal. Dora shaking his head.
Well, we're coming out of the neutral zone, though.
We'll come back to the neutral zone. We will. $10:53 remaining in the second period. 4-0 Colorado. Buffs almost made it 5-0. But R.J. Salvato was in the crease. So no goal. Turnabout is fair play. That's what I'll say.
Yep. CSU can't say they got cheated on a call anymore because it's one each way now.
And although Hunter Clark looked like he was just, skate for skate there with Dora, we'll have an icing call.
Yep. I think that's one of those where the official might have just given it to CU just to prevent any potential injuries. We talked about it on our broadcast a little while ago about the new icing rule. It was actually implemented last year, but first guy to that dot is if it's the team that's going to get that icing call, they're going to get the call. So that way players aren't crashing into the boards anymore.
Lumber goes flying in behind the net. I believe that's the stick of Luke Fiegel. Trent Edwards will take a shot. It's blocked in front. I have no idea where the puck is. Looks like Clark was actually on top of it. And it'll be the Rams that'll come out. It's Hunter Perry.
That was Clark that had lost the stick, and in fact, he was the one that actually blocked that shot from even getting through to the goaltender on that last little series there. So, lost the stick, but sacrificing the body to make up for the play.
You might feel it tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll tell you it was worth it.
Yeah, especially if they can come back and get a little more in this.
10:13 remaining in our second period of play. Buffs on top by 4 at home here tonight. These two teams will play again on Sunday night at the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland. Bradford in to take the draw for the Buffs. He'll go against Peyton Mielke. Mielke will win that one back. Love down by Elliot Palanchik, and out to center ice he comes. Sent right back in, though. Champagne will come out of his net. I think Champagne might be the most liberal goaltender in the league of coming out of his net to play the puck. He loves to play the puck.
Yeah, and you hit on it in the first period, and we've hit on it in past games where he is such an aggressive player. He's not the biggest guy, but I think the line I used last time was he's got the biggest heart out there. So he's a competitor, and if that puck's near him and he thinks he's got a chance to play it better than anybody else, he's not even going to second guess it. He'll just go for it.
We're in the midst of a broadcast marathon here, Derek. I just realized that, let's see, it's 9:07 local time. We've been broadcasting since 5 local time, and this game's only half over.
We have, yep. Hey, I'm not going to complain, though. This has been a lot of fun. I thank you for letting me join you up here today.
Thanks for humoring me.
Yeah.
Hashtag color analyst resume.
Yeah, there you go. That's a inside joke for me and Joe there, but I used to text them. Joe's, for those of you who may not know, just hockey fans, particularly Joe, occasionally goes out and does some MCLA work, a Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association, some club lacrosse for the Buffs out here and for the Lacrosse Network as well. And I was texting him during the last national championship round that CU was at, texting him with the hashtag color analyst resume for random facts I was finding about things.
Big tweet coming in. My college mentor and basically the guy that taught me how to do this, Connor McHugh, tweeting in from South Carolina. Keep it up. Go Buffs. Connor was the play-by-play voice for the Buffaloes their first year of the ACHA Division I. I got to stand next to him and watch how it was done. Connor now a reporter at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the NBC affiliate, WMBF. Another tweet coming in. Scott Landgraf says, watching the Buffs in Landgraf from Orange County, California. Hello to the Landgraf County. Make sure to keep those tweets coming in. We'll read them throughout the broadcast. Chipped over the line to Bradford. Bradford will go shoulder to shoulder with Killam. Wrapped up down low. Student section getting loud as the play is deep in the Colorado offensive zone, and they're going to start the wave.
Yep.
This is the second time in Rec Center history we've had this.
Made it about halfway. That was pretty good for the first round.
Now, this has nothing to do with the game on the ice, but a fun fact, the inaugural wave in the Rec Center as a shot on net is redirected off the back of Alex Temby, was actually started last, 2 weeks ago when Colorado played Illinois State on Friday night.
Yep.
For the first time ever, the club rugby team, as the puck goes off the net in the side of the post. My goodness, that was close. Looks like Salvato dove at that one.
Yep.
Up the ice comes the Rams the other way as pace picks up from Austin Anzek.
That's not going to be a goal.
Ansay celebrating.
He doesn't realize it's not a goal.
No goal.
He does not realize it.
I mean, an elaborate celebration, slamming himself into the boards.
Yep.
No goal for Ansay, as Champagne was run into, much to the delight of the Buffs fans.
I will give him credit. He found the only small two-row contingency of CSU fans slammed into the boards right in front of him. So good eyes by him.
The second goal disallowed against Colorado State here tonight. They had one in the first when they did score. I mean, again, the puck has gone over the red line twice for the Rams tonight.
Yep.
The first instance, the man was in the crease. The second, the goaltender Colin Champagne was interfered with.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, I can see CSU's case, their argument that the player was, he didn't have control. He was kind of forced down by the CU defense. But at the same time, his angle, I'm not going to.
So they announce over the PA system that Champagne was interfered with, thus disallowing the goal.
I mean, I'm not going to split too many hairs and argue against officials on the broadcast, but I could definitely see how they made that call.
I think it was the right call.
I mean,
objectively.
Yeah.
But, again, you'll see that call go either way. You'll see some officials allow that as a goal. It just depends.
Well, you know who we could ask? We could ask Mr. Schick down here.
We could. Maybe we'll have him on during the second intermission, too. Why not?
There you go. Let's see what he thinks.
Got no one else to interview. The Rams, though, showing some life, especially Austin Ansay. He is fired up. I mean, it is 4-0, but the Rams are not going to go away. So, first of all, because they're a very talented team.
Yep.
That is a very competitive team. But second, it's the Rocky Mountain Showdown on ice.
Yep. And that now second no goal is going to give them, I think, some fire. I mean, you can see they're already picking up their type of play. Playing pretty aggressive now, and we're going to get some extracurriculars after the play because of it. But, I mean, CSU is definitely – they're starting to play a little more intense now.
And that's Ansay down there again. He's getting mixed up with John Dora.
Yep.
And Ansay, he's trying his best to get his teammates fired up. Some of the Rams look like they might have given up on this game and are waiting for Sunday. But, Ansay, he is not letting up. We are going to get some penalties, I think, on this play. It's going to be Ansay that's going to go to the box for the Rams.
It looks like just him.
And it might just be him.
Yep.
And it will just be him.
Colorado's going back on the power play here.
So this will be Colorado's 7th power play on the night. They are 1 for 6 right now. 2 minutes up on the board against Austin Ansay. I can imagine it might be roughing.
That's what I look like I saw. Again, it's tough for us to tell. We have essentially the same view that you folks at home have. We're standing about 4 feet away at most from our camera here, so it's pretty tough for us to see exactly what the official's calling.
And they're going to put Burkemper in the box, actually, also. I'm not sure why. He wasn't even near the play.
Yeah, he was pretty far away. And he's pretty upset about it. You could see. If you want to give someone, if you want to give Alex Temby or John Dora a penalty, because they were both mixed up with Ansay,
right? Unless we missed something behind the play from Burkemper, but I didn't see anything.
I didn't either. I totally agree with you. I definitely see his frustration, and why he's frustrated, because I totally agree. I think if anybody should have gotten that penalty, I think Dora was probably the most aggressive post whistle down there.
Maybe Burkemper said something. I don't know. We'll listen to the announcement. Yeah. Either way, though, we'll go 4-on-4 with 7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in our second period. No idea I couldn't even guess what happened there. So 4-on-4, ice is going to open up big time. Pile of bodies on the blue line as Bauer will fish it out in behind Temby. And they just announced that Burkemper gets a matching penalty. Okay, I've never heard that announcement before.
So CSU got the roughing call, and then Burkemper with apparently a roughing, I guess.
A matching penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard that as an announcement.
All right.
Either way, though, a minute 24, a 4-on-4 remaining here from Boulder. 6:28 remaining in our second period. Temby looks in down low to Anders. Anders will take some contact from Killam. To the blue line it goes. Temby across now to Matt Hefter, who has a power play goal here tonight. Back to Temby. Surveying the situation, the Demon will go back and forth before making a move. It'll be Temby that walks in, sends one. It goes off the side of the goaltender Porter's shoulder. Pushed in front, Killam there to fish it out. Kept in, though, by Hefter. Only to go to Hunter Clark. Clark up the ice. Good play by Hefter at the blue line to stop it there. The Buffs hurry. They're going to have a 2-on-1. It's R.J. Salvato along with Bauer. Salvato and Bauer have a 2-on-1. Over the line comes Salvato. 3-on-1 with Tempe trailing. Shot, he scores! R.J. Salvato! A laser beam shot to the top corner. It's 5-0. Wow.
I mean, it took them a minute to realize what kind of an opportunity they had, but once they realized it, Colorado attacked, and you see the result. They got another goal.
I can tell you why that shot was special. That's R.J. Salvato. Months of frustration with the injury and not playing up to his own standards as Dax Diedrich is going to come into the game. Michael Porter will take a seat.
You better believe the student section is going to let him hear it right now.
So Diedrich will come in relief with 5:43 remaining. A 4-on-4 goal there. Melky will take a shot, and it'll be saved there by Champagne. Alex Tempe will get the assist on Salvato's goal. We'll give you a scoring summary. Chris Burkemper, 2 goals in the first period. Anders with 1. Here in the second, Matt Hefter had a goal. And now R.J. Salvato will make it 5 for Colorado. I mean that's got to feel good if you're R.J. Salvato, because it was tough. I was here during tryouts when he took a really hard hit. He was knocked out of the game, the tryout all-star game. He had broken his nose. His back had also been tweaked, and he was frustrated because he was looking good. He was excited to come back again after having some injuries last year, only to be put on the shelf. He had to go against Arkansas last Friday night, and after the game he said he just wasn't feeling it, but tonight he'll break through. 5:24 remaining in the second period. Buffs on top 5-0. 15 seconds of 4-on-4 remaining. Play through the zone by Chandler Yoder. Yoder will send it back against the boards. Carter will play it forward to Salvato. Salvato loses at his feet. Carter will back him up. He'll take some contact as we're back to full strength, 5-on-5. Against the boards, Danny Mastrosik will advance it forward. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's Schneeberger. Schneeberger through the slot, and a save by Champagne. And someone went flying into the post. I couldn't quite see from here, but
waiting to get a good look at it.
Might have been Yoder. And it was. It was Chandler Yoder. Boy, he went flying into the post. Hope he's all right. That does not feel good.
I think he's skating around okay. I don't think Champagne realized he hadn't actually made that save either. I think he got it with his glove. He might have pinched it in between his glove arm and his body, but it didn't seem like he realized he had made that save, actually.
4:54 remaining in our second period. Even strength out there. We've had a lot of penalties and 4-on-4. Puck's going to come all the way down the ice. It'll be Dylan Hassel and Elliot Palanchik down there. Palanchik beats out the icing call. Palanchik may be the fastest skater on this Buffs team. He showed it there. Bradford to the corner. Tries to finesse through. He takes some contact at the back of Diedrich. Bradford looks out to the point. Down to the corner alongside Palanchik. Palanchik will get it out of there. Poked away to Wigton. Wigton will backhand it, and a referee's whistle will announce another penalty. I think this one's going to go against Andrew Bradford, so it'll be Colorado State that will go now for their 7th power play. 0 for 6 on the night. You knew there was going to be a lot of penalties, but I think we've had what, 15 tonight? Not a lot.
I've lost track, but I'll tell you what, I remember, so this game last year, I actually was working on the operations side. Joe, you know this, those of you at home don't, but I was actually working on the operations side of this team, so I was actually over on the scores desk. We ran out of room on the official score sheet. We had to go get a second official score sheet to keep writing in penalties. That's how many there were. And
I remember that.
They might be getting close again.
So it'll be CSU that will be on the power play. Neff will send it through some traffic. To the corner it goes. Down low is Killam. Killam will rotate with O'Donnell. He'll send one on net. Champagne will make the save again. Behind to Killam. He'll rotate it in front. A slap shot from Hassel off the mark. Some fire behind that one.
Yep.
And it'll be poked out. Palanchik will race to the puck with Hassel. Again, you can see how fast Elliot Palanchik is. He'll play it into the corner. Landgraf will come after it now. Killam will play it from the corner, but he'll be wrapped up with Trevor Landgraf. Neff will pass it to the far side to O'Donnell. Pascal. Ansay now. Nitchin will chop at it. At the blue line, it's Dylan Hassel that will wrestle there for a moment as it's poked out of the zone by Trevor Landgraf. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. Deep in the zone is Alex Temby. He'll look to send this one down the length of the ice. He'll play it off the glass, and it'll escape to the neutral zone. Landgraf will intercept the pass. He's got Nitchin with him. Pass intended for John is just off the mark. Austin Ansay will play it up now to Will Neff. Kill him. For the circle, will try to send one on. Looks like he misfired it, but gets it right back as he's pushed up against the boards by Temby. Third man down there was Will Neff. To the blue line it goes. Hassel, shot on net, off the mark. Puck bounces right to Eric Killam. He'll send it in down low. 19 seconds remaining on the power play. Will Neff, a backhand shot, saved by Champagne, and he'll jump on top for the save.
Chandler Yoder giving the Rams that opportunity there to keep that alive. Buff tried to clear it. You saw that. He went up, looked like a center fielder out there. Played a nice little grab with his hand, put the puck back down, and kept it in the zone. And, I mean, if he hadn't been able to do that as well as he did, that puck could have easily cleared, and CSU could be trying to work their way back down the ice right now.
2:40 remaining in our second stanza. 15 seconds remaining on the power play for the Rams. 0 for 6 on the night. Their 7th opportunity now. That speaks volumes to the penalty kill for the Buffs.
Yep.
Through about 3 weeks of the season, they were actually 100% on the penalty kill. They took a lot of penalties down in Arkansas, but killed every single one off on that road trip.
Just killed this one off fully, too.
Referee's going to blow his whistle as the net was dislodged. Back to even strength with 2:20 remaining in our second period.
I mean, Joe, I can't say now. Trust me, I haven't seen every hockey game in the world, so I don't necessarily know this
you
for
haven't?
a fact. No, I haven't. But I mean,
I thought you said you were doing film study.
Yeah, Colorado's doing. I mean, one of the most aggressive penalty kills I have seen. Period. I mean, I don't think I've seen a team play as hard up in the neutral zone as Colorado does, or even press out to the boards as far as they do when they're on a penalty kill.
Bauer deep in the corner. He'll play it across for Bergkemper. Bergkemper crosses it for Hefter. Hefter in down low, trying to connect with Bauer on that backside. Tip through a number of bodies before Temby will send it down to the corner again. Chipped in behind. Bergkemper will go after it. He'll be met up there with Peyton Milkey. Minute 49 remaining in our period. We are at even strength right now, shockingly enough. We haven't had that much of this period.
See how much longer that lasts.
Love that by Temby at the blue line, unable to keep the zone as Guadati will bring it in 1-on-2. A good play there by Matt Hefter, dropping down, playing goalie about 20 feet out from the net, making the stop there. I'd give him a save on that one. Why not?
Yeah.
He did the goalie thing.
He earned it.
Off the back of Anders' skate. He'll read Corral as it'll
pass.
come now to Bauer. Bauer's going to have a 2-on-1. He's got Bergkemper with him. Bergkemper looking for a hat trick. Back door, and he had Bauer, who just couldn't quite catch up to it. Meanwhile, Temby will send one in. Hits the defender in front, bounces in behind Anders. Back to Bauer again. You can tell that the Buffs are having a little bit of fun now out there.
Yep. Beautiful pass, though, back there to give the Buffs that opportunity. I mean, just sauced it right over the defender and dropped it right in where it needed to be.
Under a minute to go, 55 seconds remaining in the second period. In the corner, it's Bauer. He'll bring it up the wing as he'll go to Anders now. Anders will cycle it back out to John Dorr. Dorr will swing one through, a kick save there by Diedrich. Rams will tie up in down low. Can't get it out, though, as Bauer will keep the line. Slash shot from Edwards is a glove save by Diedrich. Good glove save. It's tough to come in as a goaltender, and I saw Dax drop down and stretch. But he didn't get any time to warm up or anything. And
nope.
A glove save like that's tough to make.
Yeah, just came in cold, and not just was that just a glove save, but he was also screened a little in front there from what I saw. Maybe he saw it better than I thought he did, but looked like he had a bit of a screen in front of him as well. So very impressive first save.
30 seconds left in the second. A shot on that is saved by Champagne, and he'll hang on for the save. Faceoff will stay in the zone with 26.7 seconds remaining in our second period. It's been a fun one.
I'm really curious to see if we can figure out the amount of time we've actually played 5-on-5 hockey at the intermission here. See how long that is. Any guesses, Joe?
Maybe 50% of the period. Julia Rosenthal tweeting in, thank you for the broadcast, watching from Israel. So there, that puts the hat on the international broadcast. There it is.
I think that's a new country for us, too.
That's new. I don't think we've ever entered into the Middle East, so there it is.
We've gotten, was it New Zealand or Australia?
We had New Zealand.
Right? New Zealand, yep.
We've had South American countries. We've, of course, had Canada.
Okay, yep.
We've had England.
That's true, we did, yes.
And now we have Israel.
We're just...
We've almost hit every continent.
We have, yeah. Getting pretty close.
Well, I don't think we'll ever hit Antarctica.
Boy,
that'd be something.
You never know. I mean, hey, CU Boulder does
the
get a
kids
lot of
that go
research
here,
studies, you know. Maybe one day.
Shot from the outside is deflected in front. It'll go to the corner. With 3 seconds remaining, Carter will take a check. And there'll be a pile of bodies that will compile in the corner as the buzzer announces the end of 2 periods of play.
That does, yep.
5-0 after 2 periods of play. I mean, it's been all buff since the opening faceoff.
Yeah. I mean, Colorado playing just as strong in that period as they did in the first period. Didn't let up at all. Almost scored as many goals. He scored 2 more goals, added 2 more goals in that period. Hearing the fight song, it sounds like in the background, yep. Colorado just playing really strong and aggressive. Colorado State just hasn't been able to match that intensity or that level yet, and that's what propelled the Buffs to this 5-goal lead.
We'll get a scoring summary for the game. Chris Burkhamper with 2 goals in the first period. Matt Anders added 1 alongside him to have 3 in the first. And the 2 in the second period. Matt Hefter a power play goal, and RJ Salvato will add 1 himself. 5-0 after 2 periods of play in Boulder. We're going to take a step aside alongside Derek Michelson. I'm Joe Paris. Make sure to keep the conversation going on Twitter. Also, thank you to Radio 1190, KVC Boulder, for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. It's Friday night rivalry, Rams and Buffs. Buffs lead 5-0 over the Rams after 40 minutes of play. We're going to step aside, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the third period action here on livestream.com. Don't go away. More coming up after this. Back to Boulder. Third period about to get underway. Joe Paris and Derek Michelson here with you on Friday night after 2 periods of play. Colorado leads 5-0 over cross-state rival Colorado State. And we've got, we'll do the scoring summary to explain how we got to this point way back at the beginning of this game. It was Chris Burkhamper who started the scoring. The assist from Luke Carter. A few minutes later, Chris Burkhamper would add another goal. This time it would be assisted on the play by, looks like number 8, but there's no, oh yes, Trent Edwards. There it is. He got the assist from Trent Edwards. To end that period, Matt Anders got a power play goal. Assisted by Jake Bauer and Matt Hefter. And the second period, Matt Hefter would get his own. Assisted by Trevor Landgraf and Andrew Bradford. And the 5th goal for Colorado, RJ Salvato. So 20 minutes up on the board. A lot of penalties, Derek. My goodness, a lot of penalties tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and it's not as much as the last time these guys played here, or I guess the first time last year that they played here, because there's been a game here since then. That game had something at well over 30 penalties, because we had to go to that second sheet. I looked at the sheet over there, the official scorers table sheet, and it only had about, 14 or 15 on there, so.
That's still a lot of penalties.
That's a decent amount, yeah.
Third period action. Goaltender Dax Diedrich will start the third period after Michael Porter was pulled back in the second. Buffs swarming in down low to get things going. It's Anders down low. Burkhamper lost his stick. Puck will be played up to Schneeberger. Referee's got his hand up. We got a delayed penalty against Colorado. Schneeberger over the line was offsides. On the far side was Danny Mastrosik, so it will be another penalty, though.
Yep.
We almost made it 45 seconds.
It was close. No, and also I got some explanation on that kind of random penalty that we weren't sure exactly what was going on there in the second period. That quote-unquote matching penalty that was called. Apparently what happened was RJ Salvato got hit into or near CSU's bench. That part wasn't very clear. And when he was skating away, maybe apparently said something, and that's what the penalty was for, although it was actually assessed to the wrong person, apparently.
So Bauer will go off the ice 2 minutes. This will be the 8th penalty against Colorado here tonight. CSU 0 for 7 on the night on the power play. They will get their 8th opportunity here. Guidotti finesses it down to the circle. Melky from straight away. Deflected off the leg of Trevor Landgraf. To the near side it goes to Zach Lish. Straight away again. A one-timer from the right side from Hassel is covered up by Colin Champagne. You didn't get shots on net during the period, did you?
I did. I got to pull it up here, actually.
Beautiful. Beautiful. 18:55 remaining in our third period. Just underway. Joe Paris and Derek Michelson here with you on Friday night. Thanks for joining us from around the world.
So Colorado, up until the start of the third period, had taken 23 shots on goal, and CSU 10 shots on goal. That's your shot summary, Joe. That's what I got for you.
Another penalty, this time to Colorado State. It'll go to Eric Killam for roughing. So we'll have a minute 28 of 4-on-4, and then Colorado will go on their 7th power play. They are 1 for 6 thus far. Faceoff comes all the way down to the Colorado offensive end.
Oh, wait, and we got a 5-minute, too.
And it's going to be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 minutes against Eric Killam for roughing. So the Buffs, a major penalty, will be able to hold on to this one for... So, well, they didn't. They just said 5-minute major, so we're assuming it's roughing. 4-on-4, though, for another minute 12 before Colorado will have an extended 5-on-4 power play. A shot on net goes just wide. The shot actually will power itself all the way into the corner in the Buffs defensive zone, so Matt Adams will come after it for the Colorado Buffaloes. Weird play. Puck was played off the side of Colin Champagne's net. Aggressive forecheck from the Rams with 50 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Backhanded towards Neff. He can't quite pull the trigger as he walked in. Landgraf to the corner. Will send it back over to Adams. A touch pass again for Landgraf. Avoids some contact, and here comes Nitchin. Nitchin and Bruce will lead the rush. They'll have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nitchin fires one. Saved by Dietrich. Rebound. Swings at it, and he just misses. Just missed on that one. Tried to baseball that one into the back of the net. Dylan Hassel will break it out for the Rams. Flipped on net. Sticked away to the boards. First one to it will be Hunter Clark. Clark in the corner will be consumed there by Edwards. Now to Hassel. Hassel looks for a centering pass broken up by Mick Bruce. 12 seconds remaining of 4-on-4. And Colorado will have about 3:30 on the 5-on-4 major penalty that went to Eric Killam.
And I got to say, Joe, that penalty, that could spell disaster for CSU because they've already struggled to even sort of stay in this game. They really haven't. I mean, it's 5-0, but just even staying relatively competitive. But, I mean, they're going to be down another 3 minutes and 20 seconds here. They're not going to have a lot of time to work with at the end of this third period to try to make a comeback if that's what they're going to try to do.
3:14 on the power play for Colorado. Bauer out of the box, so Buffs back to full strength. Puck comes out to Alex Temby. Temby will wait with it there before sending it over to Bauer. Bauer will touch pass over to Anders. Off the boards it goes. Andrew Bradford will shoulder a man as the Rams will send it down the length of the ice to Champagne. Champagne will find Anders. 16:45 remaining in our third period. 2:48 remaining on the Buffs penalty. Bradford from his own zone will start the road up the ice. He'll take some contact, but still slip it through to Jake Bauer. Bauer has the puck poked away from him, but Anders will recover it in the corner. Calling for it on the weak side is Bauer. Temby will get it to him there. Straight away to Temby. Anders handles around the defender, Melky. Melky did get a piece of it, though. Kept in by Temby on the clearing attempt. Burkemper along. Tries to swing one through. And it'll be sent down the length of the ice. Looks like Colorado is being a little more simple on their power play.
Yeah, I'm not so sure how much of that is just kind of like, all right, well, we got this one pretty decently wrapped up. Let's just make sure we don't get anybody hurt. Let's make sure we play smart hockey, and let's start getting ready for Sunday.
To Bradford it goes. He'll look out to Burkemper. Puck goes in between his legs and will come all the way down the length of the ice. Piner will scamper out of his crease and set this one all the way down to the opposite blue line. Under the old hockey rules, that would have been a two-line pass, but not anymore. Jarman handles in through three defenders. Puck jumps off his stick to the corner. Landgraf will spin out of control to the near side boards. across to Bruce as the puck jumped over the blue line. That'll be offsides on Colorado. A minute 26 remaining on the penalty to Killam. 15:21 remaining in our 5-0 third period game.
Yeah, I mean, and Joe, one of the things too is, as much as you don't want your players going, 200% anymore, if you're Colorado, to try to save some energy and potentially avoid injury, you also don't want them giving up, because if that sets a precedent, then, against a team that maybe has a chance to come back later on down the road or in playoff push time, that could come back to bite them if they have that mentality. So you always want to be pressing your guys, but at the same time, it's a fine, delicate balance of getting hurt versus not.
A minute left on the power play for Colorado. Down in the corner, it's a battle for the puck as Landgraf will scoop it out of there. Out to Bruce. Bruce walks the line before exchanging with Landgraf. Landgraf down low to Carter. Carter looking for a centering pass. He wants to try and sauce it to Jarman. Gets it to him. Jarman fires, and it's deflected into the netting and out of play. Oh, they're going to give Trevor Landgraf a penalty. Landgraf probably said something.
Yeah. And I just think, even if he didn't, I just think the way he skated up, these officials are starting to call it even a little tighter now, because they've seen some of these extra chips at the end. And this is kind of how, try not to necessarily foreshadow anything here, but this is kind of how that fight happened last year, if you remember, Joe, is Colorado had a lead, and towards the end of the game, I mean, it was one of those where CSU, not necessarily to place the blame solely on them, but they really started hitting after plays, trying to get that one extra shot to let CU know they were still there. And, CU, to their credit, also fought back, and that's how the fight happened. So, like Shook said, you don't necessarily want to see those things, but if, the refs were to let that stuff go, we could very well. So I think they're going to start calling it even a little tighter here and making sure nobody's taking some of those liberties.
We'll go 4-on-4 for 29 seconds before Colorado State will get their 9th power play of the night. 0 for 8 thus far. Colorado not doing much better. 1 for 7 on the power play. And we're going to get a hand pass. Looked like Clark scooped that one up with the glove and advanced it forward, so not allowed to do that. 14:19 remaining in our third period. 24 seconds of 4-on-4. And then we'll have a minute 21 of power play for the Rams. Look at all that math, Derek.
And that's without a calculator, folks.
That's mental math. Learned that in 5th grade.
Yep.
Corey Taylor walks back in his own zone for the Rams. He'll exchange out to Neff, who will send his way through the neutral zone. Mishandles as he enters the Buff zone. Sent across. Rams will escape back to their own zone. Colorado State back to full strength as Asananse will try to escape a check. He'll shovel one in front with one hand. And David Coleman will send this one down the length of the ice. So 1:10 remaining on the power play for the Rams. Looking for a goal here to chip away at this lead. Buffs on top big time. Shot off the stick of Pascal. Goes wide. Natowski surveys the scene before sending one through some traffic. Deflected wide again. Palanchik will catch up to it. Here comes a speedy Elliot Palanchik. Jumping onto the scene will be Bradford behind him. Flips through 2 defenders. Palanchik will center one in front almost. Played off the back of the net. Bradford will meet up alongside Neff in the boards. Bradford doing a good job on the forecheck. 33 seconds remaining on the power play.
Colorado not playing quite as aggressive anymore. They have 3 defenders kind of lined up on the blue line waiting for CSU to get up there. So it seems like they've backed it down just a little bit out of town some.
Palanchik will send it off the boards, and this one will come all the way out to the neutral zone. 9 seconds remaining on the power play. Hassel will re-enter the zone. He'll drop it for Natowski. Sends it to the far corner as we are back to even strength. 12:33 remaining in our third period. 5-0 Colorado. On Friday night rivalry night as the puck is deflected at Champagne, and Champagne had to squeeze the pads as that one went 5-hole.
Well, we got a quick break here, Joe. I'd like to give a couple shout-outs. I want to recognize the CU ice crew here. They were working on the ice today when we got here before the women's game, making sure all the edges were right along the boards and making sure everything was nice and neat for this game. This is an important game, so I want to give a quick shout out to them and as well to Dave Schofield and all his entire security staff for making sure we have a space to broadcast for all of you folks at home.
Sent straight up in the air. Bergkemper will swing at it. Back to even strength again. Anders will send a hefty hit to Rosenthal. And that puck will come offside.
And in the spirit of shout-outs, Joe, if anybody's reached out to you on Twitter, I haven't gotten anything, but folks, there's still time if you want to give a shout-out on air, have us read something, go ahead and tweet at us. You can tweet at Joe Paris or at Derek Michelson, and if you're looking at your screens, if you need some spelling help, they're on there for a moment for you.
The Twitter sphere has been pretty quiet here tonight.
It has, unusually.
That's all right. I'd actually rather the people come to the game.
That's true.
Come watch it live.
That's true.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun in the barn. Anders will swing at it from the far side boards. Puck will trickle in behind the net of Diedrich. That is Dax Diedrich, number 1 in there for the Rams. Michael Porter came out of the game in the second period after allowing 5 goals. Diedrich has been solid since he came in, stopped everything that's come his way. Dangerous pass to Bergkemper. He'll hand around a man. Can't quite pull the trigger. Bergkemper had 2 quick goals in the first. Has been looking for a hat trick since. And looks like the net came off its mooring down low, so that'll be the stoppage in play. These two teams will play again on Sunday.
Yep.
As I mentioned last week that we wanted to broadcast the game for you guys, but we actually are not allowed to. We're being disallowed from Colorado State to broadcast on Sunday from the Budweiser Event Center, so I apologize to all of you at home that I told we were going to be broadcasting. We actually had arranged to do so, and yesterday we were informed that Colorado State will not be allowing us to do our own broadcast. The truth is I think they're afraid that you guys at home would watch ours instead of theirs, and I think that attributes to all the support we've gotten from you guys over the last 3 years. It's been a lot of fun broadcasting as CSU will bring it in deep, but we might be able to do a radio broadcast. We're still deciding with our crew what we're going to do Sunday.
Yeah.
But, the truth is it's because of the support of people like you that has made this what it is. Everyone at home, we really appreciate it. If you remember the original broadcast we used to do, they weren't very good, but with the support of everyone at home and the great crew here at the Rec Center and the University of Colorado Journalism School, it's fun. I mean, we got graphics, we got an HD camera,
Yep.
We get to shoot from center ice now.
Sending video out in HD, too.
In HD, and again, it's the people at home that have sent in nice emails to the Rec Center and the journalism department saying, hey, we really appreciate the broadcast, and because of that, we're allowed to keep doing it.
That's true, yeah.
We get resources from the school because they realize that there's, hundreds and hundreds of you that watch these games every time we broadcast live at home, and our fingers crossed that we'll be able to broadcast on the road again sometime, but not this Sunday. There will be a broadcast available. You can find that information online. Our fingers crossed that we will be able to broadcast down at Pepsi Center or maybe even in the outdoor service at Coors Field.
That's true, yeah. If a game goes down there, that's the way this series works. If those of you watching at home aren't familiar with it, is generally these teams will play one each game at their own respective home stadium. So for us, that's here tonight. We'll play a game at CSU's barn here a little later on in the season. This Sunday, we mentioned the first neutral site game between the teams is going to be at Budweiser Event Center. And then there's always usually another neutral site game that CU is technically the home or host team for, and that one is typically been at the Pepsi Center. That's kind of the default for it, and I know the team's working on getting that squared away, but if for whatever reason they can get a time slot at Coors Field while that nice sheet of ice is sitting on the baseball diamond, I think in my book, that's a no-brainer. I would go there. I don't know about you, Joe, but
I'd love it. I would do whatever they want, for us to get that going. We will be back on the air though on Halloween. Will be our next broadcast. It'll be exciting. I think it's Missouri State that's coming. I'll have to look.
I haven't looked that far ahead in the schedule yet.
We were very focused on tonight's broadcast.
Yes. Oh, we got a official's hand up here. Looks like we might get something.
He's pointing at everyone out there.
Yeah. I think he pointed at about 4 different players.
Said
so
you, and you.
We might get some crowded boxes here in a minute. We'll have to see what the end result is. Looks like Nitchin will be one.
Justin Schneeberger for the Rams will go off. Our next broadcast will be at home when the University of Colorado does take on Missouri State on Halloween, 7:30 start time. Encourage you all to come down to the Rec Center or catch our broadcast online. And then I believe the Buffs are going to go on the road. We're going to go to Minot State University up in North Dakota to go play back-to-back games against the number 1 team in the country right now. And boy, I'll tell you, if the Buffs could go up there and pick up some victories, they would move up in the polls big time.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what happens too with is it Minot after the loss today.
Saved by Champagne. He'll hang on for the save. Minot lost today?
Wasn't it them? I can't remember.
It was Central that lost.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. My mistake.
I was going to say, I didn't know Minot lost.
Couldn't remember who. It's been a while since I've looked at that live stream. I guess maybe we should look at that.
Yeah,
see if we
look
got
that
some,
up. See if there's
shout
anything
outs.
there. Nothing.
No, nothing new anyway.
All right. So John Nitchin will go off to the box. This is the 10th power play now for Colorado State. They are 0 for 9. Nitchin in the box, though, 2 minutes for roughing. So 2 minutes up on the board for the Rams power play.
I don't think it actually got up on the board, Joe. Did it?
No, it's up there.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
I think. Yeah. Neff will handle down low, a shot on net. Saved by Champagne. Puck will bounce out to the point to Hassel. Hassel moved to the left side now to Eric Killam. Hit him with the return pass straight away. Glove down. Here comes Trent Edwards. Edwards with Jarman. Fired on net. Diedrich will make the save with the pad and hang on. This game's the energy's kind of been sucked out of it a little bit.
It has, yeah.
Feels a lot different here in the...
There's been a slow, very, very, very slow trickle of people kind of calling it a night, maybe going out and starting to celebrate their weekend a little early here. But, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's tough to keep that energy in the fans if the game's 5-0. But
Julia Rosenthal tweeting, proud hockey mom for Israel, number 20 CSU, Yuval Rosenthal. So there you go. Yuval's mom watching at home in Israel. Another penalty up on the board. This time it's going to be against Thomas Jarman. So this will be a 5-on-3 for a minute 09. So this will be the 11th power play for Colorado State. 0 for 10.
Got a crowded box down there right now. I got three Buffalo sitting shoulder to shoulder right now.
Hey, Buffs in the box. What do you think they're talking about down there?
I don't know. They look like they're not really talking much. They look like they're just watching.
Champagne makes back-to-back great saves there on a number of attempts. To the corner it goes. And Alex Temby will sauce this one all the way down.
Oh, Joe, was that the setup to the obligatory dinner plans mentioned?
I don't know where they're going to go for dinner. It's getting pretty late. It's 10:03 local. Well, Cosmos Pizza's open forever, so maybe they'll go to Cosmos. Lofted into the corner. 27 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3 for the Rams, and then they'll have some 5-on-4 time following that. Deflected straight up into the air to the corner. Melky will meet up with Anders. Rams come out of the pile. Fiegel trying to go down low. He'll get into Yoder. Yoder sends it wide to the near side. 7 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Fiegel got it on net. Saved by Champagne. Another shot by Colorado State. It goes on, and Champagne gets his helmet ripped off, and there's going to be trouble.
Yeah, Champagne's pretty fiery. He's getting involved right now, but he just asked to leave the little huddle there by the referee. But that puck actually did cross the line. I clearly saw it with my own eyes.
It's still actually back there. The puck is still in the net.
But it was after the official's whistle to blow the play dead. So, again, that's 3 tonight now, Joe, where that puck has crossed that line that the officials have blown it dead prior or had a reason to disallow the goal for CSU. But they are having a conference right now at center ice, so we'll see what happens here. There's a penalty, at least, against
Another
CSU.
one?
Against CSU.
Oh, good.
So We got
Well, we'll take a real quick second to recognize the Blue Jays and the Royals. They are now to the top of the ninth. After a 40-minute rain delay, the Royals lead 4-3 the top of the ninth. Kansas City can get 3 outs here. They will go on to the World Series, and Toronto will go home. But Russell Martin will get a single on the first pitch of the ninth.
There you go.
So there you go. So Matt Anders is going to get a major penalty. He's got 5 minutes up on the board, and it looks like Chandler Yoder's got a minor penalty. God, there's so many penalties here.
I've just stopped trying to keep track. Yeah, we can sort it out. If you're curious at home, if you're really that curious, there's Point Streak. If you go on the Point Streak site for.
I think Fishbert joined our video chat. Yes. Hi, Fish.
Oh.
Lindenwood did lose. Not Minot.
Okay.
Hi, Fishbert. Fishbert's a friend of the show. Good guy. Good guy.
Well, as I was saying, if you're curious on what's being called right now, because we don't know, we haven't heard anything, or we didn't see anything necessarily. So if you're curious and you go online, if you pull up another a tab here since you're watching the game online, go to Point Streak. It should be hosted on either CU or CSU's websites as well. But if you just go to the ACHA Point Streak, you'll be able to pull up the game, and it should, in theory, have a live feed, kind of like a live stat tracker, if you will.
All right, so let's figure this out here. It is really confusing. Coach Ballard's having a conversation now with the referees. Right now there are 4 green and white jerseys, 3 gray and yellow, or gray and gold, excuse me. But I don't know what's going on.
Ballard appears to be a little animated, a little heated about whatever happened. So
I think they're going to throw Anders out of the game.
Yep, that's what it looks like. There he goes.
So Matt Anders will go take an early shower. Crowd will boo. Anders will end the night with a goal. I don't know if he had any assists. I don't think he had any assists tonight.
No.
He didn't.
Nope.
Okay, so we are going to have 4-on-3 hockey. We have 4-on-3 hockey, so there it is. That is the end result of that whole saga.
Couple shots on net there by CSU, saved by Champagne.
Buffs will send it out. So up on the board, Matt Anders had a 5-minute major. Thomas Jarman still has 20 seconds on his penalty. And Chandler Yoder from Colorado State, a minute 35 on his penalty. So there you go. We figured it all out. So the Rams will move back and forth now to Hassel to the near side. Killam back to Hassel. Killam, a one-timer, tried to go for that far post. The shot powerful enough to take itself all the way back into the defensive zone for CSU. So 4-on-4 out there as Jarman re-enters play. And then here in a minute it will go back to 5-on-4 for the Rams. Broken up. Burkhamper will play it to himself. Play it along the boards and all the way down the ice. 6:33 remaining in our third period. 5-0 Colorado on Friday night. Up the ice comes Will Neff. Neff's got Anseh crashing the net. He'll send one wide. Anseh will chase after it. Goes to Burkhamper. Puck will take itself all the way out to the neutral zone. Nick Bruce will take it now. Over center ice comes the big defenseman. And on the far side of the play, David Coleman was offsides.
It was close. He was trying to drag that skate. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Maybe we could do a little sort of mini tape delay replay here on our live stream since it's a step or two behind. Yeah, he looked offside on that one again, Joe.
Look at that. We got an impromptu video monitor.
There we do, yeah.
That's cool. The beauty of broadcast. In case you guys are wondering at home, you're getting it on about a 5-second delay. That way, if anything terrible.
5, but yeah.
7? I mean, that's what the FCC does. It's a 7-second delay.
We're probably closer to about 15 seconds, honestly.
On the radio station I work at, we're a 7-second delay, so that's good. Keeps us out of trouble.
Yep. You got a baseball update there for us, Joe?
Yeah, Pompey just stole third for the Blue Jays, so that's huge.
Stole third. You don't see that often.
Stole third.
Yeah, you don't see that one often.
No outs in the ninth.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Shot on and his glove save by Colin Champon.
Save. Unbelievable reaction time there.
You know, speaking of Fishbert, and you're saying there's a chance, last year at the beginning of Nationals, I tweeted something from the CU Buffs hockey account saying that Colorado had made the tournament, and you know, we're hopefully we would make a run. And Fishbert actually went through and calculated the probability of each team winning the national tournament last year, and Colorado had a less than 1% chance. But I tweeted out a picture of Jim Carrey that said, "So you're saying there's a chance?"
Yeah. And that sounds like fan of the day material right there. That
was the best thing that ever happened.
I don't know if I would personally go through that amount of effort, but hey, if that's, you know, a fun thing for you to do, by all means.
5-on-4 numbers out there for CSU for 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Matt Anders has been ejected from the contest. A shot deflected high into the netting and out of play. That'll draw a whistle. Now they're playing my favorite song inside the arena, YMCA by the Village People. I love this song.
Don't see anybody dancing, though, except for our crew. Our crew is literally the only people dancing in the arena. So,
shot will be pushed wide on net. Killam will go after it. Jumps over the stick of Casaria. PA announcer trying to get the crowd back into it. I've never heard that happen here either.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in the middle of a game before either. We got a hype man over there.
We got a hype man. We got a new PA announcer tonight.
Bobby Rukavina, I think is how you say his last name anyway. But yeah, he's a good guy. I went through the business and sports program here at CU with him this summer, along with Kaylee Bryce, our social media expert down there. But
look at that, Kaylee down there.
The three of us did the business and sports program together, and yeah, no, Bobby's a great guy. He's actually a Ralphie handler here at CU. So,
Ralphie handlers, for those of you that don't know, the University of Colorado has a live buffalo mascot named Ralphie. It's a girl, so she runs out before every single CU home football game and the one at the neutral site at Mile High Stadium. She also runs out at an occasional soccer game.
Yep. And
I think she also ran out the inaugural women's lacrosse game at Folsom Field, if I remember correctly. Never run out at the hockey game, though.
We still got to get her to do one of these.
Yeah. Yeah, Ralphie on skates. I tried to get that trending last year.
We had Chip on skates last year.
We did have Chip on skates.
Chip is the
mascot version of Ralphie.
Right.
He scares me.
Does he really?
He has got a weird look on his face. I mean, mascots growing up in general, mascots kind of scared me, and that kind of went away with time. But Chip, he still kind of scares me.
He's always smiling though. How can you be upset with that?
Yeah, exactly. He's always smiling.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a weird look.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I got the whole when they do Parents Weekend here at CU, and they have Mama Chip and Papa Chip.
Oh, that's so cute.
Those are the ones that are a little goofy for me.
And then Cam the Ram over it. See, Cam the Ram, he's got a really stern, aggressive, scary face.
Yes.
Is that actually the name of their mascot? I know
yes.
that.
It
is Cam.
It is.
Okay, they're both Cam the Live and the not alive.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Now I might be second guessing myself some, but
I'm sure the comments will correct us if it wasn't.
Let's see if we get in it here.
Oh, good. Fishbert's updating.
Probability of winning this CU winning this game is slightly higher. Okay.
Going to work.
All right.
Fishbert going to work on Friday night. So we had less than 1% chance winning the national championship. Now we've got a little bit more than that. With 2:40 remaining in this one, a 5-0 game. .232 remaining. We're finally back to even strength. It's been an odd third period.
Yeah.
On the ice, in the booth, everywhere in between. It's a weird crowd because, well, I mean, the crowds in Boulder are always weird. That's not what I meant, but it's full here. It's still 90%, 92% full, I'd say.
Yep.
But it's very quiet. I mean, everyone's having side conversations and maybe talking about the Blue Jays game. I don't know.
I'm
probably not.
The thing that I'm actually curious about, I know you and Shook kind of talked about it there at that first intermission, but and as much as you don't necessarily want to use this as a way to boost your attendance and your ratings, but I'm surprised we didn't get a little more of a rowdy student fan base expecting to see another fight here tonight, Joe.
I think we did. I think one thing you always hear, and it's a joke, but it really does happen. People like to come to hockey games to see fights.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
It is, yeah.
People love that.
Yep.
It happens. I don't know. Not here. It doesn't happen in the ACHA. It's funny, though, because the other league we broadcast for, the Western States Hockey League, they do have fighting.
Oh, do they?
They do. So that's fun. You'll get a good one once in a while. Minute 40 remaining. Fun facts, actually. A ton of these guys played in the Western States Hockey League out here tonight on both teams.
Coleman taking a hit from the line judge there.
Coleman's not the biggest guy.
No. Anyway, sorry, your fun fact.
I forgot what the fun fact was.
Something about the Rough Riders. A lot of players.
I just want to say also, speaking about Fishbert, he used to do the rankings on his own. He used to calculate themselves before the ACHA went to before they went to the computer rankings. And he's a smart guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you ever need something done, maybe Fishbert can help you out.
Yeah.
Because my entire broadcast career here, he's been watching our Buffs games. I know he's down in Arizona, so he's not a Buffs fan. He's just a fan of hockey. So.
Got a hand pass here, looks like. 45.3 seconds left. Getting there. Hopefully no more penalties to close us out here.
Oh, God, I hope not. And the Blue Jays are down to their final out.
Oh, Fishbert's got another update for you.
What has Fish got? Go Maulers. Speaking of the WSHL, the Missoula Maulers. I know the Missoula Maulers. Oh, he's in Ohio now. Okay, he's in Ohio now. He's in Ohio. Thank you to Chris Perry sending me updates where Fishbert is now. This is really just a bunch of friends hanging out watching hockey, really. This is really what this is.
Instead of where's Waldo, we got where's Fishbert.
Where's Fishbert?
Yeah.
Fish. Well, thank you for joining us for this entire broadcast. I know we didn't really call any of the action here in the third. There wasn't much to call. 20 seconds remaining. Tempe will send it through to Bradford, who will get a piece of it. And the game will end here probably with a 5-0 scoreline. And something really odd happens here. Palanchik almost made something happen. 3 seconds remaining. Down goes a Ram. And the buzzer will sound. And the crowd will cheer. Our final score in Boulder. 5-0. Buffs over the Rams.
Good news for the league office, Joe. Nobody's dropping gloves right now, so no suspensions or.
Now this is the exact time a year ago where the bench clearing brawl started, and that was awesome. These two teams will do battle again Sunday night from the Budweiser Event Center. That'll be available online. Not with us. We wish we were there. We will be there, just not broadcasting. But we will be back next weekend when Colorado will play Missouri State on Halloween night. Come get dressed up. Come down to the rec center and wear a costume. I think we're all going to be dressed up.
We should do. You know what we should do is do a kind of like a costume contest in one of the intermissions. Have a little judging and see who maybe we can get the best costume out here. What do you think, Joe?
I don't know. I think Alex and I are going to dress up as the Hanson brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are. That's really the best costume. That's the really best hockey costume.
I'm trying to think of maybe another one.
Or I could dress up as that guy from Mystery Alaska. That'd be good. Yeah. Final score 5-0. Derek, your final thoughts?
Definitely a different game than what we saw with the women's game. It was definitely a little bit faster, a lot faster, and Colorado they came out and played exceedingly aggressive, Joe. They came out and they made sure in that first period that Colorado knew they were around and they were going to come and play hard, fast hockey, and they were able to do that and achieve that goal. And they just kind of carried that in through the second period, and then in this third period, essentially all it was about is just kind of keeping that lead. And they played at points pretty aggressively, but for the most part, they kind of let the game work itself out and just kind of they've prepared themselves for Sunday now, starting to get in that mentality.
Well, the Blue Jays lost, so now I'm upset.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go home and cry. But
saw that.
At least the Buffs won, right?
Yep.
All right.
But I'm happy of that result as well.
Yes,
though.
He's a Royals fan.
Yes. Well,
we really didn't
I'm a
play
Rockies
this
fan,
well,
but
you lived in Kansas City.
Yeah, out of these two teams, that's the default there, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
I'm upset.
Yep.
I'm gonna cry. My teams never win anything, Derek.
Hey, we won out here tonight. We won out here tonight, Joe.
Yeah, that's true. We did win here tonight. Well, I'm the broadcaster, though, so they're not my team.
Okay.
I'm a neutral broadcaster,
That's
Derek.
fair. That's true.
Everyone compliments about how neutral we are.
That's fair. That's an accurate statement.
Well, for any of you that are still listening, thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been a fun one. Final score 5-0. Colorado will beat up the Rams. We'll see what Sunday will bring. I'm sure we'll have a very inspired effort by the Rams. They're not going to take this sitting down. So.
Nope. And that's what it was last time. That's why Colorado State did so well. More than likely, that was a big contributing factor up there at the Budweiser Event Center last year. I think it was honestly about the same break. It might have actually even been the next day.
Yeah, I think they played Saturday night last year.
Yeah, so it was less than a 24-hour turnaround essentially for that game last year, and Colorado State came out and they were ready to go, and so. It'll be interesting to see if they bring that same mentality out after this game, since they didn't even get a goal on the board. They had 3 that did cross the line, but all 3 were disallowed by the officials. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond and if they come out with that same intensity they did the last time that Colorado beat them here on home ice in the first game of the yearly series. But
anything else?
I think that's all I got, unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No, I'm pretty disheartened by the Blue Jays losing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Even a fan who's leaving the arena just had to rub it in.
Yep. Hey, that was like the other day on campus, too. We were walking down we were walking here to broadcast, and he kind of chirped at you a little.
He did,
yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a rough night for Joe.
This is a rough night. Final score, Colorado 5, Colorado State 0. Thank you for everyone for joining us here tonight alongside Kaylee Bryce on social media, Ansley Guthrie running the camera for 5 hours. Thank you, Ansley.
Yeah,
Ansley, you just beat the all-time record. She's going to go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
Derek, a back-to-back.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt we were going to do it. It was just how well we were going to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We did it. We brought snacks, so we were well nourished.
Yeah,
we were ready to go.
For those of you asking, we will do an audio broadcast on Sunday. We will. You know what? Maybe you want to listen to our audio and turn down the sound on their video. You can.
There you go. You want, yeah, so. That's how you do it right there. Get the audio from us and just visually appreciate what's going on, because I think CSU is actually tapping into the feed of the Budweiser Event Center, and I think that's what they're going to use. So. It's going to be a pretty professional video feed, so.
Yeah. Well, alongside everyone here in Boulder, thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been a fun one. Final score, Colorado 5, Colorado State 0. We'll talk to you on Sunday. Have a great evening, and good night.